Ooh, you can't stay still for too long. These teams will start moving and getting angles on you. And C9 Rolex now getting some damage. They're jumping around, trying to figure out where currently Ollie Pocket is. Little does he know, Ollie Pocket is laying down. Carnage does notice her. Carnage starting to get some damage there from Ollie Pocket. He has to back up a little bit.
It's now up to Fandy. Fandy's all the way on her own right now, trying to save the squad. Looks like Rolex and Carnage good to heal up. And look at this. This is an interesting strategy here for sure. We'll see if it pays off here in just a moment. No, it doesn't. They shoot the bush. Kodo sees her. Fandy goes out. I like the strategy, though. You know you're not going to win that gunfight 1v4. You just better hope for the best, and unfortunately, the best didn't happen for her. Good games to full send on that one.
Might as well just lay down in the bush, wait a little bit, but unluckily for her, Kodo was just too eagle-eyed there in destroying her. Now, C9 Sam still having the Uzi. Look at this.
Yeah, Uzi's a really good choice, in my opinion. I like that gun a lot, and as long as you've got your main weapon, the Uzi can work out really, really nice in close quarters.
An interesting place we have here as LHW is very close by Sute. I don't think LHW has noticed that anybody is close by. He does actually, he uses that new feature in the game, which pretty much if you're running and you crouch, it is going to go ahead and throw you to the ground. That way you go down a lot faster. So smart plays there by him.
You see the shots coming in from distance here. Sute definitely where he's there. Oh my goodness. He spots him, knocks him with the nade. Absolutely zero chance for Zute there. Eliminated with no problems there by LHW.
LHW, look at this. Every single time they see somebody, they want to go ahead and back them up. They're saying, no, you don't want any of this. And now,
Terror Squad coming in. They just got shot at by LHW, got weakened, and now they're hitting a compound that's occupied by the other Chinese team, the Comfortable Penguin team.
Terror Squad. Pretty much losing one there earlier too. I believe it was RRQ, if I'm not mistaken. Still playing super passive, and CPT just waiting patiently. They have a Groza. They got
Illuminate over on the side there. Just kind of
what they need. Illuminate, yes. Illuminate throwing some smokes here, trying to get some cover. But look at this. He knows that he got shot there by LHW. Does he really want that fight? I don't think you do. Just play it patiently as you've been playing it the whole time.
All Chinese players round out your top 5 in kills right now. GT Akan rocking 14 kills to his name. That's 4 more than the second place person.
Look at all the grenades CPT7 is just going to go ahead and throw there. That is absolutely insane, as he does have a squad pulling up on him. KWCD pulling up a little bit too aggressive there. A little bit too aggressive, as you mentioned. Everybody has every angle covered there. You don't want to go ahead and you don't want to see that happen. That's the second time we see that happen now.
Looks like Cloud9 is approaching as well. This is a really, really solid compound hold right now by CPT.
Different angles. People in different places.
Look at the mini-map and all the squads in the area.
My goodness. I'm loving the action. I'm loving the IQ of the players here today, as they are just making sure their back is just covered. As we now got KWCD pushing by CPT, able to destroy him there, and CPT just starting to clear out the bottom floor, making sure he finishes off people and also picking them up.
We've got CPT holding the compound here. Terror Squad trying to move their way in. Nades coming here shortly. Oh, wow. Amit takes a little bit of damage there. He's hanging out in the house, going to apply some bandage, patch up his wounds, and they're going to be looking to fight again here shortly.
Patch up as fast as he can. And look, see, Galaxy now gets there, but they're currently getting knocked down left and right there by RRQ. And Arab Madness trying to get down on Quarry, trying to get some cover from some kind of building, because he does have RRQ coming up behind them.
It looks like they're making their way down to the Quarry. Arab Madness holding court here. They definitely have the early position, but that's a tough place to defend. Not a lot of spots to hide. The zone here, though, right in the middle of Quarry and just a little bit south there in the open field. So it should be interesting for sure.
And something to point out there, the first teams that were actually in the zone, LHW and GTW being in the zone, ladies and gentlemen. So great movement there by him, great rotations.
Look at this.
Now we're seeing Carnage getting shot up. They have to go ahead and jump out of this car, because if not, they're going to go ahead and get blown up.
I mean, this is crazy. They cannot drive anywhere without just being completely destroyed. And look at that. Car blows up. Rolex goes down again. Who is it? LHW just completely destroying vehicles. Anybody that goes by is not safe.
C9 Sam goes down. C9
White
Kodo goes down as well.
Oh, this is trouble again for Cloud9.
Cloud9 gets taken out by LHW. LHW wants that win. They're taking out everybody. Terror.
Carnage goes down. LHW again comes out on top from that one.
And Torty here just trying to finish somebody off. Torty now starting to get shot from the side. He actually gets pretty much pushed. Barbosa actually, sorry about that. He gets pushed and King is now just laying down as Torty is starting to push the action a little bit towards the top of that hill.
Appa's pushing the top of the hill, trying to finish off Barbarossa, but at the top, King is waiting. King misses the shots with the UMP, and unfortunately, he is another knockdown for Aaron Madness.
And guess who's there to pick up the kills? LHW, RRQ now starting to push up. This is going to be a good fight as RRQ is starting to push up against LHW.
Another vehicle explosion there for LHW. They're able to take out more people with vehicles. Pyra down, and Illuminate rolls up right on him, finishes him off, and the rest of Gangstar's out in the zone currently.
And Gangstar's in a bad spot here, as you mentioned, out in the zone. And look at this, LHW now sniping people away. They have 10 kills to their names already. And now here comes the knock, baby. Just picking them apart from far apart, actually.
Impressive stuff here. LZD from Doyu just absolutely destroying from range there. Taking his time, semi-automatic fire, picking them apart. We got Ed here trying to return fire from GT Doyu.
Ed currently just waiting patiently as he might be the only one currently, actually, he's the second one currently up from his team. Look at this, LHW just letting it rain on him.
LHW is fighting 5 squads at the same time right now. They literally have 5 squads on the ropes, and they're not even feeling pressure at the moment.
They're just backing everybody up. They're showing dominance, pretty much. That's what it is. They are showing them, hey, we are here. We are kings of this hill. You ain't coming anywhere near us.
Oh, look at the grenade coming here from G9.
G9. Is he going to be able to go ahead and get that kill? Here comes the smokes, actually. There's going to be a lot more smokes as he wants to go ahead and pick up his teammates and apply some bandages and all that stuff because, ladies and gentlemen, we got 8 teams left, 21 people alive, and the circle is starting to get smaller as Akan and 6 Scott gets taken out there by Doyu Ace.
Ace, I mean, these guys are racking up kills right now, getting knocks. There's another one that looks like 13 now for these guys. Unreal.
RRQ stealing that kill there from LHW. Interesting stuff as they were able to pretty much pick up some easy kills by him. And look at this, CPT now going up against LHW.
Interestingly enough, Gangstars did make it out of the zone. It looked like they were really out of position with all the other fighting going on. They got lost track of. Zuxi getting knocked. Ever Fury taking care of him, and then Elusu as well taking care. There's so many squads fighting right now. It's literally anyone's game. They gotta find cover. Lots of trees in the middle here, but otherwise an field. I think smokes are gonna go into play shortly.
Angry gets taken out there by CPT-17, and there goes Ever Fury. Gainstars is now out, ladies and gentlemen. Higher placing than the previous games, so that's good for them. They might go ahead and get in a group. And GT Doyu just waiting patiently. Somebody's right next to him, and he's not even shooting. The patience on this man, it is insane.
Really good patience there from GT Doyu. Top of the hill. CPT in the middle of a fight right now with LH Doyu. We got RRQ, D2E finally getting knocked.
Now, interesting stuff here is that LHW does not have the circle advantage to them. At least not anymore. Pretty much, they're going to have to figure out a way to get there as soon as possible. They got 44 seconds to figure this out. As CP then is just pretty much leaning right. And here we go. RRQ G9 knows that they're currently he's got LHW at a disadvantage. So he's going to go ahead and just let those bullets drop.
Looks like they're pushing the flank on him a little bit. Ed's still hanging out on the flanks right now, unnoticed. Trying to catch somebody by the element of surprise here. Looks like LZD is down, but look at the return fire right away. Ace coming back and knocking Lusu.
Doyu Ace getting some shots right there as CPT is also, they're pretty much just trading shots back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. Now here comes the smokes. They know they're going to have to push. They're starting to push. They're pretty much picking people up as they're running towards the circle. LHW having a strong game here today.
They still don't know Ed's there. Ed has not fired a shot. He's been laying prone. He finally decides it's time to pop up. Unfortunately, doesn't get anybody, and he's going to be knocked.
Ed waited just a little bit too long there, as now we have the final 2, ladies and gentlemen. We got RRQ versus LHW. Let us know who you think is going to win this game, because LHW is now going for the push. They only have 2 players. One of them gets knocked from the side. RRQ laying down, waiting patiently. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. RRQ gets the win. LHW, even though they had a great game, they finished on the 2nd spot.
Again, huge numbers. LHW once again has put up 16 or more kills in a game. Wow. RRQ Athena getting the victory, though. Really impressive stuff from them. They had a lot of really good fights. D2E really carrying a lot of the load for them earlier on against the Terror Squad, popping out of the windows of the buildings. And then they also came in and took out Wildcard as well with that aggressive push. So really, really solid game for them all the way around.
Definitely, that's something I like to see. That's something that we mentioned throughout the match is you want to be aggressive. When you have people knocked down, you want to go ahead and push the action and finish them off because the kills do come into play. As we just seen the Chinese teams get a bunch of kills. They're pretty much, we saw, as you mentioned, LHW was fighting 5 teams at the exact same time.
Hey, valiant effort from them. They made it all the way to second place that game and a million kills, it seemed like, to boot. But again, really kind of taking out all kinds of vehicles and whatnot. Just everybody that drove by, they were not afraid to pull the trigger.
RQ Athena with the chicken dinner at the end. But oh boy, does China continue to look so scary. LHW, CPT, and GTW 3rd through 4th as well. But let's not take away anything from RRQ there. They were able to find the perfect spot, especially that flanking position towards the end of that final moments against LH. It was phenomenal.
That was really, really good stuff from them. All of those teams positioned so well. And just how, I mean, the way they held that ground, didn't miss shots, blew up vehicle after vehicle, and put out so much pressure was just so impressive.
Suppression fire just pretty much everywhere, completely honest, everywhere. It turned out to be the circle wasn't on their side, and I think that's what actually hurt them.
Yeah, definitely. So overall, really racking up quite a lot of points to try and catch up with our Chinese leaders at the moment here, but it's still going to be difficult because you were mentioning that our Chinese teams there before had already gotten so many kills themselves, even in that round itself.
I mean, it's early, right? We keep saying it's early.
Yeah.
But it's going to be late here before long if these other teams don't turn it on. You can't continue to give up firsts and thirds and seconds to these teams and let them at the same time put up 15-plus kills.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights from game number 3, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. As obviously, there was a lot of kind of back-and-forth game fighting even going on in that previous game, with a lot of kind of aggressive moves that we already saw. GTW at the very beginning over at Skull was one of those aggressive moves, 7, which really was impressive with a start from 6 God game, those 2 knocks.
It definitely was, as we see some of the teams there just getting ready for the match. And we are going to be showing you some of the highlights here, but as you mentioned, I honestly think if LHW would have had the circle there, they might have just go ahead and edge that game.
Sure.
And Rolex being able to go ahead and knock people out. And GT, this is one of the best plays of the game right here. Knocking one down and
watch the car fly by right here.
Out of nowhere, the car.
Unbelievable push here. I mean, I just love the calculated risk here. They do lose a player, but again, with that type of numbers disadvantage, you're able to pick them back up, get back in the fight without much risk.
And right here, Lucifer and the Wildcard squad just being able to destroy BRK. That's huge for them. And RRQ over here once again, pushing the action. We're seeing a lot of teams being aggressive, and it's working out for them.
Definitely Evo's there, trying to save their members. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Big Russian bot, Europe's second-place finisher, absolutely pummeled them for that. Check this out, longest kill of the tournament so far. Pyra from 364 meters with the mini taking out the boat, and Hyro is going to go down.
Hyro once again getting caught pretty much out in the open, or at least in a vehicle, and getting blown up.
Nade.
That grenade was just wonderful.
Zute, are you hungry? Here, eat a grenade.
He wasn't even expecting that. I didn't even know how he saw him. That man is just insane. And right here, Arab man is just letting the bullets drop. He did get caught just laying down for too long. And third parties, that's something that we're seeing a lot towards the end of the game. People just pretty much getting third party.
You see CPT here holding their defensive position on that hill. They got the lower part of it. And again, fighting against LHW. Really, really tough fight here. And again, look at the amount of bullets coming out. No recoil. And just really, really supreme fighting there from LHW. Unfortunately, not able to get him the victory. RRQ Athena coming through in the clutch, getting the victory as the zone moved away from LHW.
And all importantly, RRQ was the team that got #1 when it came to the Asian qualifier. They were victorious against a lot of these high-octane Asian competition that we saw in their regional finals. So they're able to rack up quite a lot of kills. But here are the kill rankings from that team kill rankings, even I should say. Overall, an LHW 40 now in 3 games.
40. I mean, just the fact that they are worth 15 points apiece. You guys can see the difference between the top 3 teams and the rest of the field right now. That is going to be a massive gap to keep up. That's why I'm saying that the teams that are not placing in the top right now, they really have to focus on placement and quick, or this is going to be a runaway in a hurry.
And LHW is there, just 15 kills in LHW LCD with another
That's
15
insane.
kills. 30 kills between 2 players after 3 games.
And a third one of their players sitting at number 6 overall in the tournament. 3 players from the same team, all of the top 6 in kills.
Unless you're from China, you have to be brothers with G9 and D2E managing to sneak into that top 10 as well there for RRQ. And overall, just such impressive play. It's rare that you see that kind of consistency coming into a tournament, but there you have it so far from our top teams. Looking at comparing these standings at the moment, of course, 16 squad kills apiece for both of these teams in that previous game, I should say, and very close, but RRQ managed to squeak it out at the end.
Are these guys going to get targeted in future games here? We know they've dropped Noble every single game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where do teams start strategizing now to start limit? I mean, at the end of the day, we're not playing to move on here. We're playing for the money. This is
Definitely.
all the prize pool is on the line. Here are your round 3 standings.
And that's something that I am definitely going to go ahead and start seeing. Our team's going to go ahead and start just pushing them from the get-go. Not letting them get comfortable. Not letting them pretty much loot up for so long. And RRQ Athena getting 740 points. LHW getting 605 points. Just insane amount of points by this team and kills alone.
I mean, this was a massive round for RRQ to put themselves back on the board, right? Not only is it huge points for number 1, but it's also huge points for kills, where compared to the 3 top Chinese teams that we've seen so far in the few rounds, they were far behind, but RRQ is now managing to catch up a little bit.
Definitely. One of the quiet performers of the day has been Big Russian Bot. Again, hanging out in the top, little bit of the standings, 5th or 6th pretty much every game. Total score, though. Here are your 4 top teams, and they have distanced themselves quite a bit. CPT still holding out the top spot right now by a fair bit over GT Doyu and LH Doyu, and then you got RRQ Athena right behind in 4th place.
We're definitely seeing this team starting to run with it. It's going to go ahead and turn out in pretty much the next game and also in day 2. What are the teams, for example, like Gangstars or Big Russian, but what are they going to go ahead and start doing? Are they going to go ahead and just start pushing a lot more of the action? And as example, Wildcard as well. Do they want to go ahead and just get more kills? Because right now they're sitting on the 12th spot. So they need those kills for the points, and they also need the win.
They really do. Right now, the field is wide open from everywhere, 5th on down. All of those teams with one good performance could jump over everyone, but unfortunately right now, they really got to start working on those top 3 or 4 teams, man. They've really put a gap between them.
And it's not as if we're seeing a lot of this aggression come towards the late game or anything like that.
Right.
If they see the opportunity, they're willing to take it early game, which isn't a very common trait in PUBG or PUBG Mobile.
Right, you saw a little bit of patience from GT Doyu early on with them looking down at the terror squad inside of the compound, just north of the bridge there. That was the only real, super patient thing we saw. Other than that, it was just lots of aggression, lots of shots.
Yeah, definitely. 7 overall. What do you make of it?
Aggressive is paying off. We're just seeing aggressive teams are pretty much, they're getting what they want. GT Doyu getting those kills, pushing the action. LH Doyu as well. Just aggressive styles is paying off right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, crazy stuff from our first 3 games. Of course, we only have 1 more game left here today. You guys excited for our final game?
I'm so pumped. I want to see how this shakes out. I want to see if any of the other teams in this tournament can really come put their stamp on it and start climbing up the leaderboards to challenge some of these Chinese teams.
Yeah, we've been saying it's early, but it's day 1 is almost over. Some of these teams need to go ahead and step it up a little bit more and start pretty much just chopping down on those top 3 teams.
Yeah, it's a really good point that you bring out because, we say early, but then by the time this day is done, that's 33% of the tournament.
That's
completely
right. I'm going to
finished.
keep saying it's early until it's not. So we're a third of the way through.
All right, let's head down to the stage with an interview to hear from our winners.
Welcome back, guys. We're here on the stage with RRQ's D2E. They were just able to pick up the win from the 3rd official round here. So we're going to ask them some interview questions, as always, with our little telephone game that we have going on here. So first question I'm going to ask is, you're the 3rd Thai team to win, and a bunch of these other Chinese teams are also performing very well. But who do you feel like is your biggest competition in the entire tournament? Is it another Thai team or perhaps a Chinese team?
你是第3支来自泰国的队伍赢的，然后你觉得哪一队是最强的对手？
เป็นเรามี3ทีมที่เป็นตัวแทนของประเทศไทยมาร่วมการแข่งขันครั้งนี้แล้วขอถามว่าคิดว่าทีมไหนจะเป็นทีมที่แข็งที่สุดที่เรากลัวที่สุด
ทีมไทยเหรอครับ
ใช่ค่ะ
อีโวฮะทุกคนน่ากลัวหมดนะฮะ
他说是 Eagles
Evos.
Okay, so that makes sense. A lot of very strong Thai teams here. They feel like EVOS is probably their biggest competition. So, second question here. You guys were able to win the Asia region. They got first place over there in Thailand. So, I'm just curious, do you guys have the confidence to get first place here in the global finals?
亚洲预选赛得了第1名，你们有信心赢这次的比赛吗？成为这次的冠军吗？
ถามว่าคือคิดว่าตัวเองจะได้ที่1ในโลกไหมคะ
คิดครับคิดไว้แต่ก็ไม่ประมาทฮะเพราะว่าทีมจีนเขาคงมาตรฐานไว้ดีอยู่ครับ
他说那个就是他说是有信心的，但是也不敢100%的确定。
We have confidence, but we're not 100% sure.
Okay, well, that's good to hear that they do have confidence. Hopefully, they can become a little bit more sure as the days do go along. So, give a big hand for D2E and RRQ who are able to pick up the win in our third round. You guys can now go off the stage as we are going to do our next big raffle we got going on here. And today, guys, this is going to be the biggest gift we are going to give away to one lucky person in the audience right now. We are going to be giving away one Samsung Galaxy Note 9 for a lucky member of the audience. And I'm going to be taking a ticket out of this here box and see who is going to get that. So ready your tickets, and if it does match up, I will call out your ticket name. Ticket number 1444. 1,444. Anyone out there? 1,444. 1444. Okay. We're gonna have to do it again. Nobody over there? Oh. Looks like maybe we have a winner. I'm not sure. Perhaps not. Okay, I suppose we'll have to go on to the next. I don't think that. Yeah, I think we have to draw again. So, next ticket here. Okay, well, this ticket is ripped. And because of that, I'm going to pick another ticket. Sorry about that. All right, feeling around. Gonna try to pick a full ticket this time. Okay, number 1,522. 1522. Anyone out in the audience with 1522? Nobody? Okay, we'll select another ticket then. Be careful with that box. It's got a lot of good tickets in there. Hopefully full tickets. Okay. Let's try this again. Number 1434. 1434. 1,434. Nobody? Okay, on to the next one. All right, I found another one. Okay, number 644. 644. Nobody? Really? Okay. We're just doing this until somebody gets picked, so I suppose You guys are lucky about that. I don't feel any other tickets except the other half of the rib ticket, so I suppose we can do the rib ticket from before. If I can find it in this pile, okay. All right, got it. Now I can't exactly... Okay. It is number 755. 755. Anybody? No? Well, there's no more tickets in the box. We're gonna need to go and move to the next box. We have other boxes prepared with, hundreds and hundreds of different tickets, so I suppose we'll wait until they pick up the next box. Okay, well, apparently not. That's gonna do it for this segment, guys. I suppose we'll be back in the next segment to potentially give you a Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Sorry we weren't able to get anyone this time around, but that's gonna do it for now. We'll see you guys after the break.
PUBG! Woo! Brothers, my brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at? Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠어요.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile.
Hey guys, it's me, Brendan, here for the PMSC, the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge in Dubai for the World Finals. Let's go ahead and go. It's the biggest frame in the world and it looks so cool from the outside.
Oh man, we're going really high. This is an amazing place to go if you just want to see all the sights, basically, of Dubai. I'm gonna walk across.
Oh boy. Oh, I don't like that.
Oh my god. The main attraction here is this. The VR park. Take a look at that, guys. That is insane.
The birds drop. This might just be the main attraction.
Okay, here we go. Me and these guys, woohoo! We're okay. Woo! Woo! All right, guys. Well, my hair was blown back from that one, even if it wasn't real.
Right outside the Dubai Mall, you got the water on my left. I feel like we had to show you guys this.
Really? No.
Oh, I'm a broadcaster in Korea for PUBG. You know PUBG Mobile?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Thanks. Wow, that was a really incredible water fountain show. I've never seen anything like that. Definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
I've never done this before. It looks like it should be a lot of fun. Let's go try it out.
All right, here we go. Up the sand. Can he do it? Oh, this is crazy. Woo!
Okay.
The camera. The camera.
This is a blockbuster. You're gonna love it.
Oh, is the weather just so amazing. And wow, we do have the Burj Al Arab. If you come down to Jumeirah Beach, you can take pictures, you can enjoy the water and the sand. I would highly recommend it.
Finally finished our Dubai tour and we've made it to the front of the festival arena. As you can see right here, for the PMSC Finals. The best teams from around the world joining together at the World Finals here for PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. It's right in front of the building that's going to be holding your festival here for PMSC World Championships here in Dubai. Are you guys ready to get going? It's a tiny world within your hands. PMSC with PUBG Mobile, and it's a tiny world within the world here at Dubai.
Oh yeah, I almost got him.
PUBG Mobile Star Challenge.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here as we get things going, and we are going to have our final game of day number 1. I was just checking over my notes to make sure everything's right and precise. To my left-hand side, I have Powerbang as well as Seven Wheels Gaming, and together we're going to bring you all of the action from our final game of the day, as well as what's coming the next 2 days. And let's go back for a moment. Let's take a step back and talk about some of the happenings in our previous game, of course. We did see Wildcard try and gain a little bit of traction, a little bit of momentum, but that was furiously swept aside by RRQ very quickly after they gained a little bit of it.
It was. RRQ extremely impressive last game, really kind of taking it to a lot of people. We saw the Chinese teams again, like 1, 3, and 4, I think, or excuse me, 2, 3, 4. Just crazy performance across the board at the top of the slate. I want to see a little bit more from some of the North American teams, from some of the European teams. Sahero get eliminated out in the boats.
Yeah.
Cloud9 kind of got in trouble again pretty early. I would like to see them kind of get into a position of strength a little bit later on in the game.
And we kind of saw that a little bit too, right? With Gangstars just getting knocked off super early there in game number 2, and in game 3 at least being able to go ahead and secure a fit spot. So it is possible. It's definitely something that they can do, but we want to go ahead and see a little bit more of that, especially from other teams that are actually kind of like knocking on the door. They need to go ahead and step it up a little bit more.
Big Russian bot would be a great example of that. They finished pretty well, 5th and 6th place quite a few times. But again, not as many kills as some of these other teams. They really got to step up the placement and or start really slaying out.
Definitely. In terms of our Western representation, there are some of the teams that we thought might be able to really step up and do well. Teams like Big Russian Bot, teams like Cloud9, etc. from North America, and obviously the team Hero from Europe as well. But so far, it's been a bit of a struggle, and I'm sure that, again, there's plenty more to be playing for. For now, though, let's hear from even more teams here that are going to be competing to become world champion.
接受采访的时候比较紧张吧，因为害羞。大家好，我叫陈林涵，然后游戏 ID 是 CPT 涵，然后职业是主播。
Hello， 我叫陈雨桐，我是 CPT 的流苏，年龄是21岁，职业是一名主播。
大家好，我叫唐红，然后我的 ID 叫 CPT762，我的职业是职业选手。
大家好，我叫王思海，游戏 ID 是 CPT17，然后我是今年19岁。
后面几把发挥的不是很好，然后当时我们就觉得可能有点悬了，但是最后积分出来的时候，突然来了个惊喜，surprise。
信心肯定有的，但是还是要看实力还有运气。我们战队的优势就是枪挺准的吧，然后就喜欢跟别人打架，就谁打我们一下，我们就要打谁一下。
就是比赛中的话，一般队伍为了名次就是会打得比较猥琐一点，就不敢打架。但是我们队伍的话，在比赛中就是比较敢打，然后观察性会比较强。
我最喜欢的武器是 Scar，因为 Scar 我感觉他声音好听。
最喜欢的武器是格斗仔，因为伤害特别的高，然后射速也特别快，跟人近战打起来的时候胜算比较高。
海岛自然图最喜欢的点就是机场，因为物资挺多的，而且我们经常在这个点 就是落这个点。
这个只是表面吧，我们打比赛的时候会展现不一样的我。采访的时候我们会比较少说话，然后比赛的时候我们不会。
我们是通过那个亚洲的上地战的时候被泰国队，然后被他们围下来的时候，
我们可能当时因为最后几把没有打出自己的风格，打得太保守了。
做好自己应该做的，然后都为自己队伍做点贡献吧。
打好自己的，然后就多跟队友沟通，然后尽力吃力。
CPT 加油！
Я из России, город Печоры, Республика Коми, работаю на железной дороге.
Меня зовут Женя, я живу в городе Конотоп, Украина. Игровой никнейм мой Аркси.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Арам, я из Санкт-Петербурга.
Меня зовут Оскар, я из Алматы, из Казахстана.
Первая такая большая заграничная поездка. И здесь климат, конечно, очень сильно отличается от нашего. У меня на родине сейчас очень холодно, минус, а здесь тепло и очень уютно.
Ну, она охватывает, наверное, основные аспекты, в принципе, жизни человека. Ты должен что-то добыть, ты должен выжить, ты должен бороться.
Да, конечно, хочется показать, что способен, так сказать, сделать максимум, который получится, но при этом также стоит учитывать, что здесь профессиональных игроков и тех, кто реально хорошо умеет играть в PUBG, намного больше, чем было на прошлом турнире, и это будет сделать намного сложнее.
Всем, кто верит и болеет за нас, всем привет, ребята, держим кулачки, мы будем рвать.
Друзья, болейте за нас так, как вы болели за нас на европейском турнире, и мы постараемся снова сделать невозможное.
สวัสดีครับผมหนุ่มหรือวัชรากรเที่ยงทิศชื่อในเกม Echo Gen C อายุ 23 ทำอาชีพ Facebook Creator ครับสวัสดีครับผมนายเมธัศน์องค์สุรพัฒน์อาชีพการศึกษาอยู่มหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพครับชั้นปีที่2
ครับชื่อไอสุนบุญยงครับทำอาชีพเป็นนักกีฬา e-sport ภายใต้สังกัด Illuminate ครับ
สวัสดีครับชื่อโจนะครับชื่อในเกม Maroon 5นะครับอยู่อาชีพภายใต้สังกัด Illuminate Esport นะครับชอบนักร้องครับผมนักร้องวง Maroon 5ครับผมร้องเพลง
หลับตาก็ได้โจหลับตาเห็นหรอพี่มองได้And I pray for trying to come home รู้สึกดีนะครับเพราะว่าทางทีมงาน Tencent หรือ Samsung เนี่ยต้อนรับพวกเราดีมากนะครับผมไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องที่พักหรือว่าเรื่อง
ความรู้สึกที่ได้มางานนี้นะครับก็รู้สึกดีใจครับแล้วก็เหมือนได้มาหาประสบการณ์ใหม่ๆด้วยครับ
จากตัวแทนประเทศไทยครับรายการ BTNC ได้อันดับชนะเลิศอันดับที่1ในประเทศไทยครับ
สำหรับตัวโจ๊กของทีมเรานะครับผมก็ต้องยกให้หัวหน้าทีมของเราเลยเพราะว่าเขาเป็นคนที่พูดตลกปล่อยมุกตลอดนะครับผมแล้วก็สร้างสถานการณ์ให้สนุกแล้วก็คอยยับยั้งอารมณ์น้องๆทุกคนครับผม
ทีมผมทั้ง4คนเก่งทุกคนครับแต่ละคนมีจุดเด่นในทีมแต่ละคนไม่เหมือนกันผมจะเป็นคนคอยดูน้องอีก3คน
เหตุผลที่เล่นเกมนี้ก็เพราะเป็นเกมโลกทีมใช้ทีมเวิร์กมากกว่า
การมีทีมเวิร์กครับผมแล้วก็สิ่งที่สำคัญคือการใช้สมองในการเล่นเพราะว่าต่อให้คุณเล่นเก่งแค่ไหนคุณเล่นไม่ใช้ความคิดคุณก็โดนยิงได้
นอกจากทีมไทยนะครับก็มีทีมที่น่ากลัวหลายทีมเช่นเกาหลีอินเดียก็ถ้าชนะได้อันดับ1เนี่ยก็ส่วนหนึ่งก็จะเอาไปให้แม่ครับผมแล้วก็เก็บไว้เป็นค่าทุนการศึกษาของเราด้วย
กระโดดลืมตัวเรียกโทรศัพท์อะไรอย่างนี้ก็ได้อะไรเงี้ยกระโดดแบบดีใจว่าได้แชมป์อะไรเงี้ย
Illuminate Fantasy Future
안녕하세요. 저는 갤럭시 두두 아이디를 쓰고 있는 황구환입니다. 팀 갤럭시의 갤럭시 그룹라는 아이디를 쓰고 있는 이호근이라고 합니다.
갤럭시 히스라는 아이디를 쓰고 있는 김덕관이라고 하고요.
갤럭시 콩이라는 아이디를 쓰는 김정입니다. 아기가 태어난 지 이제 4개월밖에 안 된 상황이라서 와이프 혼자서 아기를 봐야 되기 때문에 걱정들이 앞섰는데 통피에 보내줘서 기쁜 마음으로 참가할 수 있게 되었습니다.
살아남아야 한다는 긴장감, 그리고 최후의 생존자가 됐을 때의 희열.
모든 게이머들이 동등한 조건에서 실력을 거둘 수가 있기 때문에 그같이 이제 시간이 좀 모자란 직장인들도 충분히 즐길 수 있는 게임이라고 생각해서
태국에 있는 RRQ라는 팀이 플레이를 되게 부드럽게 잘 풀어나간다라고 생각을 했습니다.
아무래도 코리아팀, 한국팀들이 가장 경계가 많이 됐고요. 유력하게 선수는 제가 봤을 때 리퍼라는 검색 선수가 가장 위협이 될 것 같습니다. 지스타 경기에서는 되게 활약을 하셨던데 세계대회에서는 아마도 저한테 빨리 죽지 않을까 생각을 합니다. 파이팅하세요.
여기서 꼭 좋은 성적 내서 성금 다 갈 테니까 그걸로 맛있는 거 사 먹자. 사랑한다.
돌아가게 되면은 좀 더 잘하고 우성이도 내가 좀 더 많이 볼 수 있도록 노력할게. 항상 사랑해. 고마워.
갤럭시 가자!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that's what we need more of. We need more of Maroon 5 singing. I'm needing that in my life.
100%.
That's right. We're going to be getting on to the final game here in just a few moments' time for day number 1. And overall, coming in, it's very clear that our Chinese teams have proved that they are very tip-top of the mountain so far. Can they continue that momentum? And what do you want to see changed up from some of these other teams here at the tournament? Because right now, they are being ran away from quite considerably.
Right off the bat, just some teams not being aggressive enough. We saw with the terror squad from India, they're just not being aggressive. When they are actually aggressive, they can actually get some kills, but then they get knocks and they just pretty much wait and then they run away. I don't understand that gameplay. They want to go ahead and just push. If you see the other team hurt, pretty much like how we saw GTW, they saw 2 players were down, a car came out of nowhere and just destroyed the squad. Even though one of their players got knocked down, they were able to go ahead and pick them up. So the terror, I want to go ahead and see them from India just pretty much pushing the action a little bit more and seeing what they can do.
Definitely a little bit more decisive and team gameplay, I think, from a lot of the other squads that are not the Chinese squads. You're seeing a lot of kind of fragmented individuals getting knocked by themselves, a little bit away from their team and then immediately getting finished. I think sticking together a little bit more, playing a little bit more decisively, rotating a little bit earlier and trying to secure those positions so they're not trying to get into a zone with a squad like LHW, gunning them down, essentially trying to get in.
Well, briefly, we just saw a team, big Russian bot, and overall, they are one of the teams that's quietly been doing pretty well here throughout the tournament.
Yeah, they haven't had any disappointing finishes so far. They've done pretty well consistently. Big Russian bot hasn't secured a ton of kills, but they also haven't been quiet either. Again, they're going to be looking to put some up on the board here as the tournament continues.
Yeah, they're definitely being sneaky. You don't really see much from them, but they're being consistent, and that's really, really good in tournaments like this. And as we see there, Galaxy, pretty much Galaxy just not really sure what they're going to go ahead and do in this next couple matches. More than likely, we're going to go ahead and see some of these teams that might be towards the bottom trying to at least push the action because it is going to be the last game from day 1.
Well, what I want to see, though, out of this last game is I want to see a non-Chinese winner for this game because somebody, nothing against the Chinese team, somebody else needs to make a statement here in order to climb their way up the ranks in order to have a shot at getting one of those top 3 spots.
Maybe Thailand can continue on, maybe.
RRQ Athena would be a great pick for that as they are sitting just out of 3rd place right now, down in 4th.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Team Galaxy, in the previous interview that we just saw, was one of the teams that said, RRQ, we're coming for you, which is a big statement considering what we just saw from RRQ 7.
It is. They're definitely going to have to maybe want to push the action right from the get-go as soon as they land. If not, if they give it enough time to loot up, kind of like as we've seen with LHW, you're just not going to be able to take teams on like that.
Yeah.
They're getting to the safe zone first. They're pretty much they're playing the most perfect game, but they're not able to get a win. That's something I also want to go ahead and see. It's LHW or maybe GTW. Can they go ahead and get a win? We're seeing consistency, but I want to go ahead and see some wins from those teams.
One of the things that we're seeing as well is like just not split drops, essentially. People being split away from their teammates. So if they're together, they'll have an opportunity to push and finish squads early.
Circles have been very, very generous to people as well. Not that many hard shifts compared to what we used to for some of the regionals. But thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time to get into our final game of the day here. The final game for people to rack up points of the day going into day number 2. Gentlemen, take it away.
I bet we're about to see that airplane. I just have a feeling. Here we are headed into game number 4, though, and there is the plane headed into the arena right now. We're going to be dropping a nice little care package for everybody.
That definitely
down
never
the
gets
stage.
old. That it looks just so freaking cool. And once again, this is sponsored by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. I actually been using mine to take pictures here with the audience, and I've been posting them on Instagram, so definitely go ahead and check that out with Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And let's see this plane path, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, right down the middle. Looking like a, what is that, a west to east plane path here, right down the middle. And we've got some people jumping early. It looks like BRK again heading to the same exact spot, going to Watertown once again. Very comfortable to loot up in a very familiar scenario. And it looks like Gangstar's heading to their comfortable North Georgia pool spot as well. We've got teams kind of heading to, again, back to their roots, kind of getting comfortable. And you're going to see hopefully some action early as they're going to start dropping on top of each other more than likely.
And to be honest, that's something I actually want to go ahead and start seeing a lot more of, just teams landing where they're comfortable with. It seems at the beginning there, some teams were just really uncomfortable, and actually we're getting some knocks right off the bat. I'm not able to see their name there, but there is people getting knocked. Everybody landing super close by. I cannot tell that name. KWC
Korea
actually
Winter
Evos.
Chickens, they're taking down Evos. Holy cow, that's a huge turn of events there. Let's see if they can actually get finished off. That has to be on the West Coast somewhere. We don't exactly know where those guys are at, but again, Caviera looting his way through Watertown, similar to Baraka last game.
Definitely. Pretty much BRK, this is, from what it looks like, they're going to go ahead and keep on landing here no matter what. And it seems like nobody's going to challenge them, so might as well just keep on doing it as he is able to go ahead and get an AKM right there. But Evo's getting two players
down, yeah.
2 members down this early in the game. You definitely don't want to go ahead and see that. So more than likely, they are not going to try to play so aggressive and go for placing a little bit more. As well as the AKM here. And another thing I want to go ahead and mention, they don't really get that much really good loot in this area, but they still keep going to it. I wonder why. I wonder if it's maybe because nobody's challenged them, but every single time they just go into this spot right here in Watertown, Venice, whatever you want to call it, Atlantis.
Part of it is the availability of a vehicle. They go across the street, they send one member to grab that car, and that gives them portability and mobility, being able to move around the map. You see CPT here also trying to move it south a little bit. They look like they're going to be heading down to military base potentially on this motorcycle.
Taking full advantage of that motorcycle. We see some teammates just picking them up. And look at this. Talking about the terror squad. They do have somebody nearby. They currently don't have any weapons, or at least this player doesn't have any weapons. Amit. So more than likely, he's going to go ahead and try to loot up as soon as possible. And I want to see, can they bring up the little action, as somebody from the Japanese team is currently very low on health. Luckily for him, he just found a med kit there.
Looks like they looted up. They found several cars and brought them all the way to Severny, and it looks like the Terror Squad did the exact same thing. So coming in from different sides of Severny, ultimately, we'll see if they do meet. Terror Squad definitely needs to take that fight and try to get some kills racked up early to get some momentum going.
Yeah, I'm sure the Terror Squad there, they want to go ahead and just let a statement there from India and let them know, hey, we're here. Namaste, baby. We're here to win some, all right? So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to go ahead and do. Now they have the guns. They got the DP-28. Once again, I'm seeing that actually a lot from Terror Squad. They are using the DP-28 every single match, no matter what. At least one of their players are going to be carrying it, which is good, especially if they're going up against vehicles, because that thing just shreds vehicles.
It's really interesting that they find them so early as well. I don't ever find DPs that early in the game as frequently. These guys are every single game. They've had multiple players with DPs, and that's a really, really solid gun.
Usually when I spawn, all I get is just a pistol. And I'm pretty sure you people currently watching at home, let us know in the comments, are you that type of player where you pretty much just land and all you can find there for like the first minute is just a pistol? And look at this. Arab
He's going to snipe him with the shotgun there.
Fandy getting some shots there on Arab Madness, one of their players. Fandy actually starting to rotate around. Great plays here by
What
Fandy.
happened? Fandy's teammates left her. Exclusive took off in the car. I think they had a buggy and left a couple behind. I think they're out trying to search for other cars. Arab Madness King was laying in the road, I believe, going prone, and watched that car drive off. And now Fandy able to light him up as he gets back to the house.
Fandy in full send, part of the fan favorite picks. And look at her. She's trying to move around. She's going to be able to get him. She's actually starting to shoot at the car. Interesting place there by her, as she doesn't really have that much cover. All she has is a bush. If she gets seen through that, you're gonna get knocked out. But Arab Madness, I don't think they currently have the arsenal to take into that fight.
Maybe not. Fandy with the scar, rocking the scar, has a health kit as well, so she can heal up if necessary. But again, comfortable to find a bush, hide in it, and then ultimately make her escape. She does find the buggy here, and is going to try to go meet up with her team.
Probably let them know, why did you leave me by myself over there? Oh, and look at this. Talking about the terror squad, one of them got knocked down. Actually, they traded knocks.
We'll see if that deters them now. Will they shy away now from the fight? Or are they going to try to position, get, a little bit aggressive here and take on the Japanese squad? Both of those teams need to start making a performance, really making something happen here to get up those rankings.
Yeah, pretty much. Will the trend continue? We see them try to be aggressive, and as soon as one of their members goes down, oh, what a grenade! My goodness, that was a beautiful grenade by them. Now, this is what we're talking about. They have one player down. They have all of their teammates up. What are they going to go ahead and do here? Are they going to go ahead and push? And as we're seeing here, they are starting to throw the Molotovs. This will be a perfect scenario if he has anything else, just to go ahead and maybe push. But he has to watch out, because Nugi from the Japanese team is right there. Meanwhile, the Terror Squad is just holding back.
Doggy out on the flank, trying to hold these guys down. Terror Squad again holding back. They had the fresh knock, and then they had one that just got back up and was low HP. But again, choosing not to take advantage of the situation, letting them basically heal up, get back into the fight, and they're going to have to go at them again once they're all back to full health.
We have seen that backfire previously, and look at this place right here by the Japanese team, starting to flank around, trying to get different angles on them, and they are actually currently getting distracted by that, which they have to be careful, because the Japanese team is now starting to rearrange themselves inside that building.
Yeah, that UAZ definitely drew some attention, and it's caused the Terror Squad to rethink their position and start to rotate around to regroup. And you see that buy some time for the Japanese squad to get out of the house, jump out, and now they're going to rotate around. Nanitu, though, he might be in some trouble here if he lurks for too long. He's got his vehicle exposed. It could be disabled very easily. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the map right now to see the zone, as it has moved to the western side of the map and has shaded a little bit north as well.
And LHW going once again noble by themselves. Nobody challenging them. Pretty much being able to go ahead and just loot up, take their time. No worries whatsoever. Maybe the only time they might have to worry is just crossing the bridge and somebody being in Milta. But besides that, they're just going to be able to loot up, get maybe everything level 3 out of their minds, and then just go on and start destroying people.
Absolutely. We've got Anand has Doggy pinned down, and Doggy is going to be trying to escape that place. These squads both seem to want to take the fight, though. Both have had opportunities to leave, and look at that, the UMP on Anand. He had a great angle on one of them, but the UMP able to take him down over the row of houses, and Nanitu at this point is going to regroup with his squad, and they'll figure out if they want to push the action at this point with one man down.
And it seems that's exactly what they're going to go ahead and do. You're starting to see rearrange. This is what I'm talking about. The Japanese team knows they have them hurt. They're going to go ahead and start pushing. This is what I was hoping the Terror Squad from India would have done earlier. The grenade there.
Wow.
Amid gets taken now with a beautiful grenade.
And now they've got 2 players down, and Japan is on the offensive. They are going to be hitting the Terror Squad very hard. One finish there, Anand going down, Nanitu getting the finish. And now they've got 2 players pinned in a building. They know where they're at, and it's a 4v2 situation.
And another player just from the Terror Squad, absolutely so far away from that gunfight. He's trying, I believe he might be just trying to find a vehicle here. An interesting place here by him. Using the
Amit's trying to bait him out. If he can get him out on the ledge here, Torpedo can pop up and take him down. Might be able to turn the tide here.
Torpedo does have the M16 there. He could go ahead and use reverse. And look at this, C9, Cloud9 currently going up against KWCV. Can they go ahead and win this gunfight here? We have seen them actually choke some of the gunfights earlier. It looks right now that they are being able to go ahead and take the advantage, as KWCD is currently going down. There's 1 player left. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Kodo being able to go ahead and finish them off, as Cloud9 Rolex and Kodo by themselves taking on a full squad. I'm loving that.
That was a very risky decision, again, to split drop like that. Sam and Carnage off elsewhere. But again, it pays off for Cloud9 here as Rolex and Kodo 2v4 against the Korea winner Chicken Dinner, able to take them out, wipe them off the map, and that's really, really good for Cloud9 as they're able to pick up 4 kills early as well as continue to loot 2 different locations with their squad.
And while we were away with that, it looks like there's just 1 player left from the Turret Squad. Keep in mind, the Turret Squad had the advantage at one point. They had a player down from the Japanese team. They decided not to push, being passive, something that honestly we have pointed out throughout the whole day. They keep being too passive. They need to push a little bit more. They need to stop being so scared and just show up a little bit. Be more confident in yourselves there.
There's your total rankings right there. We can check the bottom half of those top 10. You can see KWCD out early this game. That's going to drop them from the 10th spot. Gangstars, Bigatron, we've got those guys in at 9 and 8. We got Big Russian Bot, again, finishing pretty consistently. And then the tie teams at number 4 and number 6. And also number 5 with Evo's Burnout. So, yeah, basically China, then Thailand, and then everybody else right now.
Look at this. Team 12, Wildcard, Team 13, Cloud9. They definitely want to go ahead and get better places.
Look at this guy. Impressive.
All right. I like it. Get in the car, please. That's what he's going to go ahead and tell his teammates as he's getting around there. But he has to watch out because BRK is still in Watertown. Actually, they have a car themselves, so he doesn't even have to worry. Interesting place to actually loot. You don't usually see this place being looted right off the get-go, but I'm actually surprised that they're doing this.
He's going to take his car with him up to the castle and park it up there. I haven't seen that a whole bunch of times, but we do have a crate called in, and we've got an AWM Grossa combination in there, and that is a pretty lethal combo. I'd love to see some of these guys with their aiming abilities with the Grossa. Oh man, that could be scary.
A favorite from everybody, especially the AWM. That thing is just so lethal. If you're able to get a headshot on somebody, more than likely that is going to be a knock no matter what. And that's exactly what he's doing. Torty says, you know what? This is an AWM that I actually want. Going to go ahead and drop whatever I was carrying there. And I believe he also picks up the Grossa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's got a full crate loadout right now, and that makes him a pretty scary player. We'll see how if he gets an opportunity to use that later on. And then we got some sort of little dance going on. Torty here doing a little crouch.
Oh, look at this team
brought
plays.
him the Grossa. I like it. He's like, yo, I'll take that. Bring it in. You can have my AK.
Hey, it happens. Pretty much what we're saying earlier in the day is that teams are going to go ahead and just play with what they're comfortable with. And if he knows that he's not comfortable with that Grossa, he's not going to go ahead and use it. And LH, do you? As you can see here, before they even move up, they're just going to go ahead and get out, scout that area by the bridge, and then actually go ahead and move forward. Interesting plays there by them.
They're way out in the blue zone right now, so they know that it's not likely that they're being camped, but they're still taking the time to be cautious, to check that, because you never know, especially when there is a known drop location like Novorodnoye for LH Doyu. You don't want to get caught being too cocky, like, oh, there's no one there, and then come across and they get blown up. But they do check it first, make it across with no issue, and now they'll head on to the zone. All of these guys pretty low on health. Hopefully they don't wreck their vehicle.
Yeah, and something to point out there is that every single one of those players are in their own vehicle. So if they were to go actually up against the squad, that could be a huge disadvantage for them because you cannot drive a vehicle and shoot at the same time.
You got RRQ Athena here taking on one of the crates. Fandy exclusive look on from the nearby compound as Full Send is trying to prevent RRQ from taking it. But unfortunately, they failed to do so. Senior is going to grab the AWM and head on up the mountain once again. It looks like the Full Send team
just waiting patiently.
They're content to take those yellows and hang out in the shack down there and just wait for the zone, see what happens.
Fan favorite team just saying, you know what, we don't want to go ahead and engage there, and I believe Fandy is now with them. So the full squad is together, ladies and gentlemen, and they're just going to go ahead and play it safe. They're not going to go ahead and move anywhere at this point. And it's exclusive with that AKM, just waiting for somebody to go ahead and pick through that window. Interesting stuff here, as they're just going to go ahead and wait it out, which is completely fine. You know, they want to go ahead and make sure that they last a little bit longer there towards the end.
There's something to be said for grabbing a good position early and seeing what happens. So, oh, here we go, RRQ pushing up. They found GT Doyu out in the middle of ruins. Interesting spot for GT Doyu here. Not sure if they're caught mid-rotation or if they were just camping that little ridge side.
Something they definitely want to go ahead and watch out, but they don't even want to engage. They just say, you know what, let's go ahead and just leave them there. And look at this. RRQ is now going to go ahead and start going up against Wildcard. this is gonna definitely get crazy because GTW still has some shots on RRQ, so they could RRQ could get third party, but GTW. And here comes the shots, ladies and gentlemen. C-Gut
hitting the bridge, unfortunately. Didn't want to expose too much of himself here. But now RRQ's got decent position. They're working their way up, but again, being shot in the back potentially by GTW as well.
Outside of there, just gets completely taken out, and RRQ G9 pretty much outgunning one of the players from Wildcard. Wildcard just losing the fight, even though they have the height advantage. That is something you rarely see. RRQ just too strong.
Had position on him. RRQ getting shot in the back, but they just parked the cars just a little bit down the mountain so that they couldn't get shot, and then they pushed their way up as a team, just overrunning Wildcard. Again, Wildcard getting caught out, Hot Juke's out in front, getting taken out early, and again, they find themselves backpedaling them instead of fighting from a position of strength, and they get overrun.
As you mentioned, as soon as they realize that, hey, GTW is not gonna go ahead and shoot at us, let's go ahead and actually push these guys, and they actually did great. Nobody from their team got knocked down, and we actually saw one-on-ones there, which I believe, I think it was outsider there, just pretty much not being able to go ahead and finish one of the RRQ players, even though he was able to get the first shots. And look at this, GG's just moving around, getting to the safe zone first. And that's something that I've been actually seeing about the Chinese teams. They start rotating super early. As soon as the zone shifts, they want to go ahead and get there. They want to go ahead and, if there's a compound or any type of building, they want to go ahead and get to that building and just dominate that area.
Very good at spreading out. We got the GG gamers here heading into the zone, cutting it real close on that tree. Slapping at 5 on the way by, but they're heading on the northern side of the map, trying to grab position in the zone. We'll see what kind of compound they're taking a look at here as the zone kind of shrinks. We've got Japan bringing a fleet of vehicles, all kinds of UAZs. They're going to be trying to find a great spot as well. Interesting decision to take all 3 UAZs. They might even have a fourth one behind.
They have 4. They're actually going for the LHW strategy there.
I like it.
Everybody has their own vehicles. Interesting stuff there by him. And talking about LHW, look at LHW just pretty much cutting through that zone, trying to find a spot that they are comfortable with, as we do have a lot of teams now in this safe zone and waiting to see what's going to go ahead and happen after this, with the Japanese team still with that fleet of vehicles. And look at this, Japanese team still just going around trying to figure out what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, as they're crashing into each other. They're having so much fun that they're pretty much crashing into each other at PB.
Indeed, LHW was actually headed into the zone with a scout trying to figure out where the people are at the compounds. They were headed right for Cloud9, so we'll keep an eye on that. We've also got Galaxy heading in here. Arab Madness holding the compound, and Galaxy parked in a spot where they didn't have to, really reveal too much of themselves, but again, they're still getting shot up here. But they decide, you know what, let's get on to the next compound here.
Definitely don't want that fight there. You weren't even expecting that when you're driving like that. Not even close. Just run away from that, regather around, and then also heal up, because some of them actually got tagged. As you can see, they're applying the bandages. And look, the Japanese team they are actually running up against GTW. GTW, we know that they can actually go ahead and shoot players out of the cars, and this is actually bad for the Japanese team. Luckily for them, none of them are getting knocked down, as GTW is able to go ahead and miss some shots there.
Remember, RRQ's at the top of the mountain, and they're going to continue going by, and now they're running into Cloud9. And again, they are one by one coming in, and this is the weakness of taking 4 vehicles, is you get picked apart without being able to fire back, and now all 4 guys are separated.
And as you can see, Koto right here with the AKM, being able to go ahead and take down somebody from the Japanese team right there. He knows somebody else is up the front as well. He's going to go ahead and keep on shooting. Barely misses him. Carnage is very nearby. Carnage should be able to go ahead and take him out. Carnage deciding not to shoot. That man is inside the house.
Leshi is trapped.
He's getting outnumbered now. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the Japanese team. It looks like having that 4 vehicle is a disadvantage if you just run into a compound like that.
It was in this particular scenario. They were able to have great mobility, get around real nice, but when they came in, they got chewed up pretty nicely and spit out by C9.
And I'm enjoying this here by C9. C9 now with 7 kills, starting to wake up a little bit. They know they need the kills. They know they need the win. So I'm enjoying this a lot. And look at this. GTW now we're going to go ahead and go up against CPT. Two of the top 3 teams right now, ladies and gentlemen. And look at SPACEX. He's going to open the door. He's going to start free firing with that AKM. Moving around. The movement is just insane.
Oh, look at this.
2 of the players get knocked down. They get finished. No waiting around with the AKM, pre-firing back and forth, pushing the action, rushing into the house, knocked him down. GT.
Doyu absolutely killing it there. Six got gifted a few finishes. They decided to come outside while knocked rather than stay inside. Didn't matter anyway. CPT Han is like, yo, I'm out. This is madness.
And that is something to go ahead and point out, as CP Dan is able to go ahead and get out of that. GT trying to make sure they finish them. That man's accuracy, my goodness, if there wasn't a ledge there, more than likely he would have been able to go ahead and take out CPT Han. But luckily for CPT, one of their members is still alive, and we know they got what it takes to at least still be there towards the end of the match. Look at this, Illuminate is currently shooting at GTW, even though they have a RRQ right in front of them.
Maybe they don't know they're there. They got to with the smokes like that. RRQ is going to take off. They get out of dodge in the Dacia there. They're heading to the compound here, and guess what? They have guests waiting. It's going to be Ollie Pocket and Full Send, who stand no chance, get immediately run over. Peek in the window. Fandy goes down to Evos. Look at that. Evos Ernie still doing work here late in the game with the early couple of knocks that we had from that team.
They definitely did. Two of their players got knocked down there super early, and now Cloud9 starting to get into the action here. Evos with two players looking fairly strong there, as they were able to go ahead and destroy some people from the Full Send team. In Galaxy, look at Galaxy, currently out in the middle of nowhere inside a sniper tower. And guess who they have? Oh my goodness, they're not even shooting. He's going to go and shoot. Oh my gosh.
Look at
the
this,
patience
CPT
of
and
that
Doyu,
man.
15:05 apiece.
There you go. Now it comes down to shots. ALH Doyu, is he going to be able to finish him? He hits the ledge there. He now is going to go ahead and start to back up, as he took a little bit too long there to shoot.
RRQ Athena with their kills this round have cruised ahead of LH Doyu, the Chinese counterpart, and it looks like they're destined for even brighter things if they can keep it up here.
They are. LH Doyu currently having the high ground there. More than likely, what I expect to happen here is they're going to go ahead and wait until Galaxy definitely has to push out and just start to get some easy pickings there. As we see Galaxy just giving their precision away, getting some nice shots with the Scar there on GG. Great shots there by Galaxy.
Really nice stuff there. Kong aware of the presence of LH Doyu up on the top of the hill there. Still trying to get the finish on Majed before they come back to pick him up. GG Gamers thinking about maybe getting him, but at the same time, getting knocked out of a car like that out in the open, a lot of times you're just going to have to leave him.
Might as well just sacrifice him. It's not worth it, especially when you have LH Doyu there on top of that hill. And look at this next circle. My gosh. Illuminate, and Evos are one of the only 3 teams inside the safe zone. Everybody else is going to have to go ahead and move, and more than likely we're going to see LH Doyu starting to move. Look at this. As soon as the circle comes, LH Doyu says, you know what, let's go ahead and move into the circle, and it turns out GG does want to go ahead and save that teammate. They came back. They put up a full wall of smokes, and they want to go ahead and save him.
Yeah, they tested it out, left him alive for a little bit to see if he was going to get taken out. They didn't, so they came back, smoked it out, and they are going to try to pick him up. LH Doyu hitting the compound here, getting hit by Illuminate from the top. They are able to storm the compound successfully and get inside. They're going to patch themselves up here before they probably peek again.
More than likely, they're just going to go ahead and wait. We see them.
Wow,
they
look
only
at that wall.
they only tend to move if, for some reason, the zone moves and they're not inside it. That's the only time they tend to move, and also when they move out of Novo. But great plays here by LH Doyu. I'm loving the movement. I'm loving the rotations. It seems like they definitely know what they're doing, PB.
They're just so smart with the vehicles, especially trying to maintain mobility outside the compound, so they're not sitting ducks inside of windows where people are looking at them. But they're taking vehicles and very quickly pulling them together, making a wall, making a barricade, and they're able to fight from that outside.
And Hero taking a note or two there, as they are currently controlling a compound inside this safe zone. They don't have to worry about anything. Any team can come towards them. And look at this. It might just happen, as BRK is very close by. They do have the full squad. They could maybe take them to the fight. Couldn't backfire though. LH Doyu taking some shots.
Oh no, he spun out. Oh no. That's terrible luck there. Bro RC getting taken out of the buggy, knocked and finished there. That is something that you never want to happen when you're hitting that boost button in the buggy, trying to go faster. It does get a little squirrely on you, and unfortunately, he loses control.
And now we got BRK versus Hero. Hero just truly moving in. He's able to go ahead and knock one down. He's going to be able to go ahead and knock another one. Just fully outnumbered there. His team is just waiting a little bit too late there as he gets knocked down as well. They are starting to push the action here as Hero is trying to take onto BRK.
Doc is knocked inside. Hero unable to get there to help his teammate out. Oh my goodness, Doc makes it out. And look at this, they are going to wait to push and try to get their own teammates back up. Looks like BRK here content to try to save their own teammates rather than push the action.
Hero watching out for those grenades. He more than likely saw him coming. He's trying to pick up his teammate. He has to watch the angles though. As they just threw some grenades, he has to watch out. BRK waiting patiently. He's able to go ahead and get some of those tags. Also, LHW taking out on Galaxy, and Sam taking out GT.
Looks like Everfury goes down from Gangstars. He's finished off by Illuminate. Dudu somehow falls to his death.
Hey, it might happen. It happens, especially considering where they were at too. If they're getting pushed by the zone, I can definitely see that happening there by Dudu.
Looks like Galaxy is being griefed a little bit by some of the other squads, and they are in trouble for sure. CPT Han taking down some of the Era Madness guys. It looks like GTOU taking out C9 Kato.
Great shot. Great, actually, grenade there by Hero as they're just doing work here on Hero. Hero actually takes it,
knocking
one of
his own player.
Oh my goodness. You gotta watch out. You gotta make sure you call that out. And also, I saw some Cloud9 members getting knocked down there as well. I believe it was by GT.
Yeah, GTOU and Cloud9 are currently in a fight, and it's unfortunate, but Hero knocks Doc, their own player, and now they're chilling in the zone here. Looks like we've got the Cloud9 GT fight going on right now. Smoke's coming out from C9. They're going to try to get out of dodge, get a different position here.
C9 in a very bad spot there, especially Carnage, and I believe that's Kodo as well, just trying to get out behind that rock, and they're actually doing a great job there. And look at GT. GT now is starting to push it. They know they got him on the run. This is crazy. The aggressiveness of this team just surprises me. Kodo currently behind the rock, just getting bombarded with grenades, trying not to get knocked down. And look at that, they're just resilient with those grenades. They keep throwing them until they see on the kill feed that you get knocked down.
That's one thing with the smokes, is it makes it so you can't be shot, but at the same time, you can't do much shooting either. So it's a great time to pull out those frag grenades and try to get those knocks with the grenades when you can't see them.
An interesting play there by Carnage as he decides to go ahead and push up the car, try to pick up Kodo, and then decides, you know what, it's not going to be worth it. Backs up. A little bit of wasted time there by Cloud9 Carnage. And now Rolex. Rolex knows that he wants to go ahead and pick up the teammate that's down. He might just go ahead and do that because two of his teammates are getting shot out of a car. They have to watch out. They got a zigzag, baby.
They're prioritizing rotation here. It looks like both squads taking care of their vehicles, getting ready to rotate, and it looks like they're headed to the zone.
They are getting to the zone. A lot of teams now are starting to push early, but look at this.
Driving right between two squads here, and somehow they don't get punished for it.
Super lucky plays there by them. LHW still in the exact same spot that they were early. They haven't moved. They're pretty much controlling this area. And as I say that, all of them get inside the car except for LHW TDZ. And he's just knocking people up in a car here as he's using that sweet DP28 and also the Scar L.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be metting up and trying to hang out in the zone to protect his teammates until they're ready to get out of dodge.
BTR starts to move up. He gets knocked down there by LHW, getting some easy knocks. RRQ also going up against GT. A lot of stuff going on here, ladies and gentlemen, as LHW more than likely is going to go ahead and start throwing off those smokes.
I really like what they did there. They sent a couple guys to the zone to get position, and then they turned around to cover their teammates while they try to join them. Look at the zone, hard shifting there to the south, and it does look like there's a bunch of squads well positioned. Rolex peeking there from Cloud9. He's going to take some damage to the zone, and he's just trying desperately to get there, but the circle is super small. The zone's starting to hurt. Lots of squads in the same spot.
Just at a huge disadvantage there. I'm actually loving LHW's awareness here. They're using the card for cover, and they're also just pretty ramming into that hay bale. And Illuminate getting knocked down there from side as Arrow's coming in and just third-partying a couple of players there from Illuminate.
LZD has been absolutely taking people out back to the woodshed. He's been crushing people so far. And again, GT Doyu, we'll focus on them for a second. They've got 4 kills this game, not quite the total. They're down to 6 teams, ladies and gentlemen, 13 left alive. And we are coming to the conclusion of today's final match, Game 4.
LHW now with 12 kills and 2 members still up. One of them is knocked down as one of them decided to go ahead and just be out in the open. Evo's
Still
not
up.
taking the shots there, not taking the shots and almost getting knocked down there by RRQ. They have to watch out. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this zone. LHW has just 1 player left, and he's pretty much smack down the middle. He has done, LHW LCD has done 915 damage by himself.
It's a great game for him so far. Anything over 1,000 is a pretty solid performance, but it does look like the same teams, once again, are in the final circle. So we've got Illuminate Camping out, we've got Torty, which is, again, big Russian bot. Again, right around top 6 where they've been every single game. But you also see Evos. Remember, Evos got 2 players knocked first before anyone else. And here they are again, top 6. 2 players still left alive.
And I'm loving the boom in here. LHW had 2 players down. 1 player was able to go ahead and move around, pick him up, and then pick up the other guy as well. Great awareness there of where everybody's at. And CPT Han is still holding on. He's going for that placement. They haven't even noticed him. He hasn't even shot. He's saying,
got the best position of anybody as far as the circle is concerned. He's laying down in the center of the zone, unseen currently. And it looks like LHW still trying, LZD trying to get it done here. Nades out. Let's see if this connects.
None of the teams left having 4 players. Everybody either has 3 players, 1 player, or 2 players. Interesting fact to keep in mind as it is starting to get here to the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, LHWA is just waiting patiently on the ground, being a snaky snake. Illuminate pushing forward, killing Torty there or knocking him down. And look at this. He doesn't realize that LHW Sen is right next to him as Illuminate is just drinking some energy drinks. And Evos being able to go ahead and knock some people down, but he also gets knocked down himself.
He paid for it right there. LHW Zen taken down, finished by JCC. Illuminate getting the job done there. Senior, though, finishing off Bullshark from Evos, and that leaves them down with 1 player remaining. As Ernie in the middle, laying down along with Han. They're very, very close to each other. Very interesting to see, but RRQ Athena poised to take another victory here if they can clutch it out here in the final circle.
They can definitely clutch it. Look at the shots right here. Bad placing there by RRQ. As he was just pretty much moving forward, you cannot stay out in the open. And look at this. He's going to continue shooting until that player is fully killed.
He didn't even need to finish him. There's so many players left alive from so many different squads here that, I mean, look at this. 7 alive, but 5 are different teams. So if you knock somebody, somebody's going to finish them.
The aggressiveness.
Han goes down. CPT is eliminated. We're down to 4. So CPT finally not in the top 3 here. Really solid performance once again for them to get into the top 5. LHW, though, still holding strong. Still just impressive performance.
And LHW here barely getting on that health kit or something, because he was about to die to the zone. He might actually die to the zone if he doesn't decide to go ahead and move forward, but he has to watch out because everybody has their eyes on him.
He's medding, just trying to manage and trying to outlast here, trying to get another place here. And look at that, he does get Ernie. And oh my goodness, Maroon 5 takes down LHW. They will finish in 3rd, but now we've got a nice little situation. It looks like Illuminate versus RRQ, 2v2 to finish here.
And Illuminate pretty much, they could go ahead and decide to push this and finish them, as they do have another player down on the different squad. RRQ looking to pretty much heal up their team, and they're doing just so.
One thing's for certain, it's not going to be China here in Game 4. It's going to be Thailand here. Illuminate and RRQ Athena, both from Thailand, both trying to get the one-up on each other to get this chicken dinner wrapped up for Game 4.
You might have paid off there seeing their clip of singing Maroon 5, because so far, 2nd place or 1st place, one of those 2 they're going to go ahead and get. And I wonder if they even know that the team is right here. They're more than likely not going to be able to win because that car is currently on fire.
They know. Look at this. Here we go.
Here comes the grenades. They definitely know. He gets taken out right there. Illuminate JC being able to go and take him out.
Returns fire. Look at that. Does the damage. Both of them hurt. But
here comes the push. Ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the push. Senior just pretty much trying to back him up. He's laying down.
Look at that kill.
Senior's going to go ahead and push. Is he going to be able to clutch it? He's
able
to clutch it, ladies and gentlemen.
Senior gets the kill. RRQ Athena goes back to back and gets another chicken dinner here in game number 4.
2 versus 1, nothing for him. Look at him. Stone Cold Killer.
Wow, him going prone right there, avoiding the shots, popping up, taking down that one person while being shielded from the other. Standing up, finishing it off. That was ultimately the best kill we've seen so far in the tournament. He did it with 1 HP remaining.
I think that might have been, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best clutches that we have seen, period, as he was able to just take on to 2 teammates. And just, as you mentioned, he laid down just in time. They missed some shots on him. Knocks one of the players down there from RRQ, and then just wins the 1v1.
It was insane. That was absolutely crazy play there. Really, really nice to see one of the Thailand teams come up, step up, and it's a huge performance from them because that's a second chicken dinner now, and that's going to do a lot for them in the standings.
That's right, the back-to-back for RRQ Athena. Very, very well played by them. A lot of patience towards the very end there as well, considering how many teams are alive in that smaller circle. Even going into the 5th circle, there were still 50 people alive here in this TPP mode, so very, very close to say the least. What a game to round it out.
Yeah, definitely hell of a game by them, and we're definitely going to be seeing some highlights here from that final game because I want to go ahead and see that 1 versus 2 there towards the end. Maybe my favorite play of the day, I believe it might be, honestly.
Yeah.
Very impressive stuff. All right, let's take a look at the highlights brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
As we see right here, pretty much the teammates just getting ready to say, hey, you know what? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
That's a highlight. Great, I like it.
It's definitely a highlight. And right here, the Terror Squad. Knocking one down, but being too passive. Knocking another person down.
That right there is where they needed to push. Look at that. JPY on the bottom with no health and a knock player up top. Terror needed to turn that around, but they failed to do so, and they went out early. Rolex and looks like Korea winner chicken dinner. Really nice work from C9, Kodo, and Rolex. 2v4ing a full squad.
Rolex there, just pretty much being able to see 2 players jump down, and look at this.
Impressive.
Definitely a highlight on my book. you don't see
They
those little
it.
flips often. They definitely like it. Look at that. Mouth open and everything. RRQ now starting, when they actually pushed it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane what they were able to do because Wildcard had the advantage here, and they just pretty much ran through Wildcard.
They really
Wildcard
did.
didn't even know what happened to him.
Outsider peeked and got knocked. He was the one covering Hot Jukes, who was on point. Hot Jukes then exposed, gets knocked. C got missed some shots there. Ultimately, just proved too much, and they ultimately were the winners of the round.
And right here, pretty much C9 being able to go ahead and get some kills as well. Now we're starting to see some of the NA teams starting to pick it up a little bit, get more kills. Look at me saying, yeah, let's
felt
go,
bad
baby.
for Leshy there. Leshy stuck 1v4 with Cloud9 on all sides of him. Beautiful nade work here from BRK in the warehouse.
And then the plays there by LH.U. Even though they were pretty much smack down the middle, they were still getting kills. And we even saw somebody from LH.U get a kill even when he was in the zone.
It was extremely impressive. LH.U, I mean, they kind of all individually tackled their tasks at the end of that game. One in the zone, just betting, staying alive, doing what he could to creep up that leaderboard, and it was successful. While his teammates Prone were able to take some people out. And here's that final engagement. We've got the 2v2. Knocking ISOM there, and at this point, Illuminate said, let's push. Looks like Senior gets the knock. He follows up with the 1v2, gets the winner, and RRQ Athena. Look at them react there. That's absolutely beautiful as they come out with an unexpected victory.
That's right. Big points being racked up for them. And overall, a final circle like that in that field northwest of Gadka is very, very scary. That's why we saw such a tense situation. People had to bring cars for artificial cover 7, and so many smokes going down while that was happening.
Yeah, we saw a lot of cars pretty much being crashed into hay-bales, and they're using that tire advantage to a little bit of cover. But overall, there was just so many people still alive there, ladies and gentlemen, that you pretty much just have to lay down. What RRQ Hayne, I believe he was doing, or somebody with just one player, they decided to go ahead and do that. Just lay down and wait patiently, at least try to go for placing at that point.
Indeed, take a look at our team kills ranking. GT.U, oh my goodness, they have distanced themselves from the pack, have they not? 54 kills for them. Bigatron silently has gotten second place in that category, but we've also got the individual players, and look at LH.U with 3 players in the top 5. Very impressive stuff, and all 4 players in the top 10. That is bringing up that 9th spot.
That is just unheard of. First and second place there, 39 kills between them. You don't have to see that just from 2 players, but it is pretty much a team effort overall. But they see that they're pretty much coming out on top. They're blood hungry and they're just killing anybody that they see.
That's right. Senior was able to round things out for them at the very end there, getting RRQ the victory. But you can see LH.U overall still racking up big numbers of kills overall here. As you can see, here are our round 4 standings with GT.U getting themselves the first place spot here in round number 4, apparently.
They did.
Yeah,
just
a little interesting. I think we might. Whatever.
Kills. All right, I think pretty sure it might be the other way around, but we'll go ahead and see.
We got some interesting results here on the scoreboard with Arab Madness somehow up there as well. I'm not sure exactly what that's all about, but you know, we'll get back to that here shortly when we see the total standings and see how things
I think our API has gotten tired over the day.
Yes, indeed. It has been a long day.
And here are the overall standings with RRQ Athena at the very top. And look at that. Between them and 8th place, there is 1,000-point difference. Huge numbers been racked up by those top teams.
Indeed. This sounds a lot more accurate here with the LH2U with the 54 kills. That sounds way better. They've been dropping kill after kill after kill, sitting in 2nd place overall at 1,800 points. But again, we've got some teams that are in it now. We've got our RQ Athena on there. They're in it twice, as a matter of fact. And we've got Evo's Burnout in 6th place, racking up quite a few kills as well.
We'll definitely go ahead and get you the right information there, ladies and gentlemen, as RRQ Athena is currently twice there on the leaderboard. So don't you worry about that. We will definitely get you the right info after this.
For all intents and purposes, though, we saw really cool glimpses into the previous game when it came to even just the mechanics of some of our Chinese teams. If you think back to a moment where Six God was actually switching between guns with the track, me and you looked at each other and were like, wait a minute.
Like, wow.
That was crazy tracking. Switching between guns and then going straight into the shots.
It really was. He was full auto spraying, and then as he was getting out of the frame, it was like, oh, let's just M16 tap it with the 6 times.
Yeah, even though it's a completely different scope, that man's accuracy, it is just insane.
So overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. I just had to, let it out. I was so impressed.
There you go. And with that, of course, RRQ getting a back-to-back chicken dinners in this caliber of play, 7, is extremely impressive in itself.
It is, and just that play there towards the end, that 2v1, maybe my best play of the day. I honestly thought they lost. I saw the enemy team just pushing as soon as they knocked one down, but that man just laying down, taking one down, and then as somebody else jumped up, it was insane.
Well,
great plays overall.
We can head over to the stage once again as we have our interview ready with Mr. Valdez.
Thank you, Claris. Once again, we are here with RRQ Athena. This time with iSong is going to be joining me for the interview today. So I've got a couple of questions for them. First one is going to be, in the end of that match, the 2-on-2 battle that you guys did have there, and eventually the 1-on-2. It was so close, very close, even down to the last circle. So how did you guys handle all of that pressure, and what was your strategy going into that last battle?
刚刚的2对2比赛特别的激烈，请问你的战略是什么？
เขาถามว่าเวลาในสุดท้ายเราแข่งกับ Illuminate แล้วก็การแข่งขันมันแรงมากเขาถามว่าเราในสุดท้ายใช้กลยุทธ์อะไรจึงจะได้ชนะในที่สุด
เรามีความใจเย็นกันมากขึ้นครับแล้วก็มีทีมก็คืออีก2คนที่เขาพลาดไปแล้วก็คือเขาจะคอยแนะนำวางแผนให้อะไรให้ครับก็คือรูปเกมอะครับมันมีแบบแผนมากขึ้นครับผม
他是说，因为在最后的时候，虽然说最后只有剩2名队友，但是2名队友一直在帮助和关心比赛的动态，然后一直在提醒他们注意很多东西，所以在最后他们是在队友的帮助下获得了胜利。
In the end, they won through the help of teammates. They looked at the competition situation and everything, and just teammate and teamwork.
Always got to count on your teammates to help you out in the end. So another question I've got for you, you're now should be in first place after getting 2 wins in a row, and you're representing Thailand so well so far. So I was just wondering if you had any words for all the Thai fans that are out there watching you doing so well in this tournament so far.
你已经连续赢了两次，吃到了2套鸡。请问你有什么对你的泰国粉丝说的？
ถามว่าวันนี้เราได้ชนะ2 ครั้งแล้วมีอะไรที่อยากจะพูดต่อกับแฟนคนไทยไหมคะ
ก็อยากให้คนไทยทั้งประเทศนะครับผมก็คือช่วยกันส่งแรงใจครับให้ทีมไทยทั้ง3ทีมเลยฮะก็คือช่วยกันส่งกำลังใจให้ทีมไทยทั้ง3ทีมครับผมก็คือพวกเราจะทั้ง3ทีมแหละครับก็คือพวกเราทำเต็มที่ทุกๆแมตช์ฮะก็มีความกดดันสูงอะไรสูงก็อยากให้ คนไทยช่วยกันส่งแรงใจแรงเชียร์แรงใจมาให้ทีมไทยทั้ง3ทีมครับ
他说：“希望泰国的粉丝们可以同时为3位泰国的战队加油，然后希望他们3队都能代表泰国，然后展现给世界更好的样子。”
He hopes that the rest of the teams can keep working hard and represent Thailand and just work hard and do well.
Okay, that's great to hear. All the best of luck to you and the rest of the Thai teams in the tournament. Give a warm round of applause for RRQ Athena and their second win that they were able to pick up today. So congratulations to them.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, they're RRQ. Always good to hear from them, especially after a double chicken dinner. Very, very impressive stuff here, considering the level of caliber of teams that we actually have here at the tournament as a whole. Very team play orientated, and obviously that final moments are stressful, especially when you're pinned up against the blue zone and a car. To be able to win off the back of that is extremely impressive.
He had about 1 meter to lay down in between a flaming vehicle and a zone that's going to kill him quickly. But honestly, today, the story of Thailand, the story of China, both of these countries bringing teams that absolutely dominated the competition today. Really no contest, honestly, all day long. So many kills, so many chicken dinners consumed, and we'll have to wait and see if more of that happens as we progress in the tournament.
We'll definitely have to wait and see if that happens, because keep in mind, tomorrow it is going to go ahead and actually be first person. Today it was third person, so it's going to go ahead and be different. I want to go ahead and see a huge push there by the NA teams. More than likely, they are more comfortable, that I know of. They're more comfortable with playing first person, so I want to go ahead and see how they come out, just even from the game one.
I think that it's fair to say, though, from today, China as well as RRQ are overall in a position where they've stolen the show, completely stolen the show.
Indeed. So we also have some more scores to take a look at. I believe the overall standings today, which we're probably going to take a look at here in just a moment. So again, we have the Chinese teams dominating the top of the board.
Absolutely.
We've got the Taiwan or the Thailand teams right behind. And again, our RRQ Athena, I believe, has snuck into that top spot.
Yeah, maybe so. Let's check in with it, as we are going to take a look once again here to round things out for day number 1, of course, with our 4 games down and done. So let's take a look at that very top spot, and it will be RRQ Athena finding themselves in the driver's seat so far, with LH2U second, CPT third. Those are the 3 big names there at the very top. GT Duyu had an amazing start to the day, however, didn't quite keep up that momentum in terms of the kills.
That's right, they lacked a little bit of aggression and kills a little bit in these final couple of games, but again, amazing start. They're well within range to strike here, as are a couple of the other teams here in 5th and 6th.
Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to big Russian butt, as they do have 20 kills there, even though they're in 7th place. As I've been saying, they are sneaky, but they're slowly but surely starting to curl their way up.
Almost every game they've been consistently finishing 5th, 6th, 7th place, somewhere in there. They just got to start stringing together some kills.
We see that our top 5, 6 teams or whatever have got to grips where they're very comfortable now when it comes to the plays that we're going to be seeing here today. What are you saying to those teams that are in the bottom half of the table? Because they're not down and out by any means just yet. They're just lacking behind a little bit.
They just got to go for it.
They are lagging behind, and I agree 100%. They've got to just go for it. Go make plays at this point. Do it together, though, as a team. Don't individually try to take it on, but as a team, you've got to decide, let's go get this, because you can tell the style of tournament this is going to be. The top 3 teams are going to be taking home those big prize pools, so you've got to go get it done.
Aggressiveness pays off. We have seen the terror squad pretty much, the terror team from India, just playing super passive. It's not working out for them. So I want to go ahead and see if maybe they can actually go ahead and improve that. And just other teams as well. We saw actually Cloud9 starting to come back a little bit more. We saw teams like GameStars starting to come back a little more, getting some live into them, letting them know, hey, you know what? We're starting to warm up. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how day number 2 is going to go ahead and be, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. 33% of the tournament complete now, and that does it for day number 1. Tomorrow we come back. Same time, same place, where you can check in with matches, of course, going on as we have 8 rounds left for our next 2 days to come. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me at the desk for the entire day. Thank you very much to everybody tuning in around the world as well. Join us tomorrow where we continue the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals 2018.
So look out, here I come. Yeah, baby. Hey. Never ever gonna stop. I swam the river to get to you. I climbed the mountain to get to you. I called the preacher. Reward number 1.
Look out, here I come. Yeah, baby. Never ever, never ever, never ever gonna stop. Yeah, I swam the river, get to you. I climbed the mountain, get to you. I called the preacher, get to you. I walked through fire, I see myself, get to you. Straight through hell. I'm never gonna stop till I get you. I'm never gonna stop till I get you. Never gonna stop. Yeah, but I'm never gonna stop till I get you. Never gonna stop.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need, until you need it. The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
Hey guys, it's me, Brendan, here for the PMSC, the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge in Dubai for the World Finals. Let's go ahead and go. It's the biggest frame in the world and it looks so cool from the outside. Oh man, we're going really high. This is an amazing place to go if you just want to see all the sights, basically, of Dubai. I'm gonna walk across. Oh boy. Oh, I don't like that. Oh my god. The main attraction here is this, the VR park. Take a look at that, guys. That is insane. The birds drop. This might just be the main attraction. Okay, here we go. Me and these guys, woohoo! We're okay. Woo! Woo! All right, guys. Well, my hair was blown back from that one, even if it wasn't real. Right outside the Dubai Mall, you got the water on my left. I feel like we had to show you guys this. Really? No. How are you? Oh, I'm a broadcaster in Korea for PUBG. You know PUBG Mobile? Okay. Yeah. Wrap it up. Thanks.
You should be shutting your eyes, but you're up in the tile, and your mind.
was a really incredible water fountain show. I've never seen anything like that. Definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
I've never done this before. It looks like it should be a lot of fun. Let's go try it out.
All right, here we go. Up the sand. Can he do it? Oh, this is crazy. Woo! Okay. The camera. The camera.
This is a blockbuster. You're gonna love it.
Oh, is the weather just so amazing. And wow, we do have the Burj Al Arab. If you come down to Jumeirah Beach, you can take pictures, you can enjoy the water and the sand. I would highly recommend it.
Finally finished our Dubai tour, and we've made it to the front of the festival arena, as you can see right here, for the PMSC Finals. The best teams from around the world joining together at the World Finals here for PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. It's right in front of the building that's going to be holding your festival here for PMSC World Championships here in Dubai. Are you guys ready to get going? It's a tiny world within your hands, PMSC with PUBG Mobile, and it's a tiny world within the world here at Dubai. Oh yeah, I almost got him. PUBG Mobile Star Challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global, the final circle, sponsored by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Good afternoon, I am Valdez. We are here in Dubai, the paradise city where all of your dreams can come true. And all the players here today are here to fulfill their own dreams of the championship. They are the ones that have ruled the world of PUBG Mobile, the greatest mobile game online for 2018. 20 teams and 80 players from all around the world will give their greatest effort in the final battleground of 2018 here tonight. Don't forget that some streamers of PUBG Mobile will also be joining us today. This is the world's first global tournament for PUBG Mobile, and tonight the world will unite with PUBG Mobile. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals 2018.
A warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the announcers desk here as we get things going for the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals for 2018. My name is Kyle Harris. I'll be your host throughout the next 3 days of games as we break everything down. To my left-hand side, joining me, the devilish duo themselves. We do have Mr. Powerbang and we have Seven Worlds Gaming. Gentlemen, excited to be here. My first time in Dubai. I'm sure you're excited too.
My first time in Dubai as well, and I am absolutely thrilled, pumped, stoked, all the adjectives you could possibly find to be here in Dubai for the global finals of the Star Challenge. 20 teams have battled their way here. We're here now, and I cannot wait to see who takes home the title.
They put in the work, and we're definitely here to have a lot of fun. And I'm so hyped after that performance.
Are you kidding me? With that intro,
Jeez.
I mean, big props to the performance. That was unbelievable stuff in that intro performance.
It definitely was. And overall, obviously, these 20 teams come from across the world. We've been at some of the qualifiers as well, along for the ride, to try and see who is going to become our world champion. And becoming world champion, the first ever world champion, truly, of PUBG Mobile, is a big thing in itself, Seven.
Definitely it is, because there's pretty much from all over the world, and some that actually got qualified from India Campus Championship. So I want to go ahead and see what those teams do, because they pretty much just qualify out of their country. So I'm so hyped for this, man.
Yeah, we can talk about the teams in more detail in just a few moments' time. For now, though, let's get you up to speed with everything that's going to be going down here throughout the 3 days. Not only the tournament rules, but how the points are going to be breaking down and the prize pool as well. Because obviously that's very, very important for you guys to know at home, to follow along with everything that is going on. But overall, just very, very hyped for the tournament. Very excited to be here. We've got a great crowd here already lined up for things. And let's check out all of the action that's going to be going down. So we have 3 days worth of games that are going to be played out here to find our world champion. 29th, 30th, and the 1st of December. 5 games are going to be played each day. Days number 1 and 3 are going to be third person, and day number 2 is going to be all first person. But don't forget as well, we have our exhibition matches, which are going to be taking part at the very beginning of the day, which will be round 1 each day. Very, very important to know. Then from there, 2 through 5 will be our official matches, where the teams can rack up those points to try and get themselves the prize pool as well as becoming the world champion. And then, of course, our maps. In the first round of each day, it's going to be Sandhawk for our exhibition matches, and then rounds 2 through 5 are going to be Erangel to make sure that we know who is going to become our world champion. How are they going to get those points?
Well, you're going to see 500 points awarded to the first place finisher in each game. Those games that count, 500 to first place, 365 to second place. Third place will receive 315 points on down the line. Of note, at the bottom, 16th through 20th will receive 100 points apiece. So everybody's going to get some points. However, it's the kills that really set us apart. 15 points for each kill.
And the prize pool, $402,000. And as you can see right there, first place is going to go ahead and take home $200,000, second place $100,000. So there's definitely a lot on the line here today.
Definitely. And also, we can take a look at the teams that are going to be participating. 20 teams from across the world are going to take action here and try and crown themselves a world champion. China brings 3. We have North America bringing 3 teams. Thailand brings 3 teams as well. Middle East going to be bringing 2 in GG Gamers and Arab Madness. We have KWCD from Korea. We have Japan from Team Japan. And with that, we have the Terror from India. We have Indonesia bringing Big E-Tron. We have Turkey bringing Heroes team. And we have Russia bringing another team. And we have plenty more to come here. And whew, that was a mouthful and a half. But these 20 teams are going to be vying to become world champion all in one.
Indeed they are. I cannot wait to see who's going to persevere out of the top. We've got a whole lot of folks that we want to take a look at today. Some teams that I definitely like to keep my eye on. We're going to be taking a look at the folks coming from GT Doyu. And I really think those Chinese guys are going to come at it with their amazing gun skills led by Xu. So really, really good stuff.
This is the BRK team from Brazil. And representing India, this is the Terror. Also from Thailand, this is RRQ Athena. Representing Indonesia, this is Bigatron. Also from Thailand, this is Evo's Burnout. Another team from Thailand, this is Illuminate Gen Z. The team from Turkey, this is Hyro. Our team from South Korea, this is KWCD. Our team from Saudi Arabia, Arab Madness. From Russia, this is Big Russian Bot. From Kuwait, this is the GT Gamers. One of our international teams here tonight, this is Team Galaxy. From the United States of America, this is Cloud9. One of our teams from China, this is CPT. Our international female team, this is Full Send. Also from China, this is GT Doi. From the USA, this is Wildcard. From China, this is LH Doi. From North America, this is Gangstars. And our 20th team and final team from Japan, this is Team Japan.
There at the very end. But guys, you'd already kind of alluded to it at the very beginning, just before that, and I want to kind of bring us back to that. So I wanted to ask you guys, who some of your wildcard teams are coming in? No pun intended, of course, but who are you guys looking out for? There's some big favorites here, but I want to ask you guys deeper in. Who are your dark horses coming into the tournament?
We're definitely going to talk a lot about the first place finishers from the regionals and a lot of the favorites to win today, but there were some dark horses that we've seen throughout the tournaments thus far. You alluded to it just now. Wildcard themselves from North America. They finished in third place in the North American region, but they dropped the most kills out of any North American squad during that tournament. Watch out for Sika. He's known as one of the best close-up players in the North American region. Definitely got my eye on Wildcard to do well this tournament.
And definitely Hot Juice, just bringing pretty much the high pace for his team. For mine, it actually has to be an Indian team, the Terror. They won the Candice Championship, as I was saying earlier, and I think they're going to have what it takes maybe to go ahead and take first place. So namaste to everybody from India watching.
Namaste indeed. Also keep your eye on GT Doyu. From China, they finished second in their regional. GT Doyu has an amazing leader, and he is an absolute beast on the gun. It's Chiyo Xu, and he is looked at as the guy that's going to take them to victory by their team. All of those guys boast high 30s in kills as far as their single record gameplay. So really big beasts on the guns from China.
Yeah, the next one for me is more than likely going to go ahead and have to be BRK from South America. The only team that was able to qualify from South America, and pretty much the main player from there is Baraka. He is known to be just an absolute maniac. He's going to be aggressive. They're going to try to land in Pochinki, and they're more than likely going to try to find the M4. As I was asking them, it seems like everybody seems to like the M4 on that team.
pretty commonly a well-revered gun in PUBG Mobile as well as PUBG. The M4, everyone's staple, and we've got a lot of players here today that like that as their favorite weapon.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we're going to see kind of that change up of the meta as the tournament goes on. We saw it in some of like North America, we saw it in Europe as well, where some teams were using the DP into the later stages of the game, and then it became very prevalent down the line, as it can be a monster when it comes to some of those snake battles, especially in third person.
I feel like the DP is definitely one of the most underrated guns. One of the things that I'm most curious to see is the differences in the different regions.
Yeah, definitely, and especially how all those metas are going to clash against each other as well. Day number 1 is really going to give us a good opportunity to see how these guys are going to play against each other. But for now, let's introduce 4 of our teams trying to become the world champion.
Meu nome é Wagner, conhecido como Fuse, e sou streamer. Me chamo James Luquete Gomes, sou streamer do PUBG Mobile.
Meu nome é Gustavo Felipe Andrade Prado, ID é Zodic, tenho 19 anos e sou jogador da BRK.
Bom, o que eu espero com esse campeonato é o crescimento, tanto na minha área de streamer quanto de jogador profissional, o crescimento que isso vai me trazer, proporcionar, né? Me sinto muito feliz e principalmente muito orgulhoso por ter chegado até aqui, porque muita pessoa, muita gente...
Olha, a característica principal do nosso time é ser um time muito estratégico. Nas partidas que a gente ganhou, em todas as partidas a gente chegou na última safe com um time completo, vivo, ninguém caiu nenhuma vez, então a gente é muito estratégico e a gente evita trocação no começo para poder ganhar no final.
É rushar. Se a gente sabe que tem um squad num certo lugar, a gente corre lá e tenta. O nosso ponto forte é tentar pegar o máximo de kill.
Bom, eu sou o capitão do time, minha posição no time eu sou mais agressivo, gosto de fazer o rush, passo as cal pro time também e também cuido da administração também.
Principalmente a Uzi. E vamos supor que eu sou um cachorrinho do time, onde o dono aqui fala ali e eu corro e faço aquilo.
No meu caso, o humor, a gameplay com o humor. Eu misturo muito os dois. Sim, normalmente quando a gente trabalha, a gente faz um stream, uma live, né, muito longa, agradecer a todo mundo aí, principalmente aquelas pessoas que mesmo assim apoiaram a gente e falaram, vocês vão chegar na final.
Porque é uma comunidade muito grande, a gente é muito grato por todos eles que estão sempre suportando, sempre dando suporte para nosso trabalho de PUBG Mobile. A gente veio preparado para jogar, vamos buscar o título que vença o melhor.
Galera, fica ligado, BRK chegou!
Tamo junto, Brasil!
الاي دي ام 7 الكويت، العمر 25 سنة، المهنة طالب.
الاي دي ماجد 09 العمر 24.
الاي دي في صالح العمر 17 المهنة طالب.
الاسم خالد العنزي، الاي دي كاريزما 3 المهنة اخصائي محتوى.
يلا اوكي. تدرين احنا باللعبة رد عليه. لا لا اقول ايه ولا لا كيف؟
لا باذن الله نحقق هذه البطولة انا وفريقي ويحالفنا الحظ ان شاء الله.
هدفنا طبعا تحقيق المركز الاول بصورة مناسبة.
اول شيء كانت تجربة رائعة ممتازة، لانه فيها عدة اشياء كجرافيكس، هذا اللي حببني في اللعبة وخلاني يعني كادمان في اللعبة.
احنا مقسمين الادوار بيننا حتى اذا طاحوا اللي قدام يتغلبون عليهم.
يعني مثل ما قال الليدر حقنا الثانيين الاشخاص الثانيين يعني زي الحماية لهم. والله صراحة يعني إن شاء الله كبداية مثلا بزنس.
يعني السيارة هي الأهم مثلا عندي، يعني هي اللي أحب السيارات يعني.
لكل حادث حديث.
فإن شاء الله نقدر نفوز. إني أستخدم العقل قبل المهارة وراح أتقلب عليكم بعقلي.
We are PG Gamers.
My name is Gank Angry. I am from Dallas, Texas, and I stream PUBG Mobile on Twitch and YouTube for a living.
Endgame name is Gangazute, and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a student, and PUBG Mobile is now like a part-time job for me.
I'm Everfury.
I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm a student as well. My passion is making video games.
I'm from Eugene, Oregon, and
I feel amazing, and I never thought that something like this would ever happen.
the most attractive thing about PUBG Mobile is being able to play with all your friends and with 100 other real people. I feel so lucky to be here. It's like a dream. I never thought we could have come together to play a video game as friends and as family.
So much going on. When we're making our rotations, there were so many teams around us shooting at us. We made it to a certain location.
We were at Roz.
Yeah, Roz. It was at Roz.
I remember the blue zone was right on our back as the zone was closing in. I let Zute and Angry push up to the ridge as I stayed back and I made sure that no other team could flank them from the left. The first day in North America, PUBG Mobile Star Challenge, our biggest competition was Team Gates. I managed to take down 2 of them with a grenade instantly.
Adaptability, knowing when we get put in a hard situation.
In those matches that we did lose to them, because the amount of teams that were rotating, that were coming around us, fighting us.
Have fun, yeah, I would say.
Put our team on the map and put our region on the map. We were representing North America.
Gang Stars, baby!
Hi, I'm Rick. I'm 28 years old. My in-game name is Hot Jukes. I'm from Poteet, Texas. I'm a farmer and also winery owner.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, aka Outsider 9K. I am 23. I'm from California.
Hi, my name is Jesus, aka Siga. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Redwood, California.
Hi, my name is Dylan. My in-game name is Lucifer Baton, aka Lucy, is what everybody knows me by. I'm 26 years old. I'm a critical facility engineer from Northern Virginia.
Yeah, so this has been incredible. You know, where I live, we don't really have an opportunity to use internet because it's not available on the farm I live at. So mobile gaming has just been kind of, I've always loved gaming, so it's like this has been an opportunity to play a competitive game where I live. So yeah, you know, it's just incredible to be able to do this.
I think it's a really good thing to do, to have the world play against each other. I mean, it's really exciting, especially from North America. It's exciting to fly out, and it's a good opportunity to show the world what the US has to do, or has to offer.
I think my most memorable moment was when it was the last game in LA. During the end, that's when you start switching up, start wiping out Gang Stars and Cloud9. So we showed up at the end and just showed ourselves.
In Erangel, the map that we play in these competitions, our favorite drop spot would be South George. So if any team here likes to drop there, I say go ahead, go for the challenge. As a team, we've always been known as an aggressive playstyle team. So that's probably my favorite playstyle. But we understand that at the end of the day, placement points play a huge factor in these tournaments.
To all the other teams competing here at the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge, I got one thing to tell you guys, and that's when wildcard comes knocking at your door, don't be easy claps.
Gets me every time, and overall, though, great to hear from some of our teams coming in already. Let's talk about some of these teams, of course. Gangstars is a team that we're very familiar with when it comes to actually seeing them during the North American Championship. For a lot of people, they were one of the favorites over there. They weren't able to completely get that top spot. They already mentioned that Team Gates was one of their highest competition, but they've come here with a bit of a roster change compared to the North America.
Indeed, they are missing one of their top players and in-game caller, Beowulf, and shout-outs to him at home, unable to make it due to school, but they are still a very formidable team, some of the best gunners out there in North America, and these guys, I'm really curious to see how that strategy continues to evolve without Bale calling the shots over there.
Definitely, that's a huge one. Beowulf is just going to go ahead and be so much of a miss for that team, but they still have a very, very strong team, and they're always pretty much, they start off hot. I want to go ahead and see how they start off today and also how they go ahead and continue through the tournament, because it's something we saw on the NA finals. They started super hot, and then towards the second day, they just slowed down a ton, and then Cloud9 was just pretty much able to pass them on points and get first place.
Yeah, very rare that we see that kind of first day from a team in terms of PUBG Mobile, at least. Sometimes we see it on PC, sometimes it happens there, but not so much when it comes to PUBG Mobile, and that was amazing for them to start things off. Another team, obviously, that we just saw there as well was Wildcard Gaming.
Indeed.
They come in, one of them is usually very hot with the Dukes and does very well for himself. And as you mentioned before, they're one of your dark horses to potentially do well here.
I see them doing well. They're a team that has really good chemistry. They're some of really talented gunners from North America, and they're aggressive. They're not afraid to shy away from a fight, and it was concerning a little bit in the tournaments leading up to this one that, you know, maybe they're putting themselves in some hard positions, but they seem to come out on top time after time, getting those squad wipes, and we'll see if they do that here today.
Yeah, just talking about being aggressive there, actually, I believe on day one of the NA finals, they pretty much just kept getting killed or kept getting third place, but they weren't able to go ahead and start securing those first places. And then on the second place, they just pretty much riled up. Hot Jukes got super freaking hot and riled up his freaking team, and they were able to go ahead and secure their third place. And as you mentioned earlier, they did get the most kills of the NA finals.
Yeah, they definitely did. Whilst we just saw Gangstars is there as well, we mentioned that Beowulf isn't here, but the person filling in for him at this tournament is Pyra, who is part of the original roster anyway.
He's no scrub by any means. Pyra's a very, very talented player. I'm really kind of curious to see Angry, how he picks up the reins, like if he's really going to go out and just absolutely tear people apart. He's a very good fragger, definitely well known in that regard, and I'm really curious to see how these guys perform on the global stage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and something to look out for is chemistry, right? With Pyra being one of the original ones, they don't have to really worry about chemistry because they've been playing together for so long, and that's something that we saw a little bit of the teams that were playing previously on regional finals, not even NA, maybe in Asia too, they just didn't have the chemistry quite there, but it seems like they've been practicing together, and from what we've been able to see here on rehearsals, it has been wild.
Speaking of wild.
No pun intended right there.
No, indeed. Oh, look, he knows he's on camera already. Of course he does. Anyway, regardless of the fact, that is Wildcard Gaming here looking to also represent North America. And that's two of our big North American representatives that we've talked about. Who else round things out as well with Cloud9, who used to be Team Gates coming into this tournament, picked up by Cloud9, one of the most successful esports organizations on the planet. So it's pretty good for them.
Definitely, it's a very well-known, reputable organization. They picked him up for this final tournament, and Rolex and Squad are going to be looking to do the same thing they did in the last tournament, which is set the pace early, come out, get those kills, and I'm really curious to see how they compare to some of these vaunted teams from Asia. We hear a lot about the Chinese teams coming in, about the teams from Korea, the Thai teams, unbelievable stuff, and then also we've got Team BRK here coming in from South America.
BRK, pretty much with Baraka, they just, from what I was talking to them, the little that I was actually able to speak to them, because I don't really speak Brazilian, Portuguese, they were pretty much telling me Pochinki is their way to go. So I want to go ahead and see if they're able to go ahead and control Pochinki. Is any other team going to go ahead and try to challenge them throughout the days?
Well, they also mentioned that they're a very aggressive team, and I think that throughout the qualification process, we've seen that really pay dividends, haven't we? Because of how many points you get from kills.
Right.
Those teams that have got the amount of kills, even if they've not placed necessarily highly, have actually racked up a good position.
I think my number one most favorite thing that I'm looking forward to today is all of these teams that have come here, for the most part. They're the top teams in their region. These guys are the aggressors. They're the ones that aren't scared of anybody. They're going out, they're fragging, they're killing. But so are the people across from them and next to them. And they're not necessarily used to playing in a different meta. Like the meta game could be different in Asia versus North America versus Europe versus South America. Really excited to see how these styles blend together. And then we talked about the drop location. South George, Wildcard invited a challenge over there, and they said they'd be up for it. Well, there might be some other folks out there that eyeball South George. Will we see some fights early? Because there won't be those gentlemen's agreements that typically exist when you're playing with teams of the same region.
Yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to the most, right? Because I'm pretty sure the teams went back and did review of everything that happened.
They have to,
and they more than likely know where they're going to go ahead and land. I want to see if teams that are used to it, are they going to go ahead and challenge it? So I'm hyped for this.
Absolutely. Definitely. Just to keep you guys updated here a moment, we are waiting for a small brief moment here before we get into the game. However, I'm getting word that the game is indeed ready for our exhibition match. So let's talk about Sandhawk, because Sandhawk is not the map that we usually get to go to here in these tournaments. Normally it's all Erangel, but we're going to have our 8 streamers alongside the PMSC teams playing on Sandhawk to just figure out, get a bit of warm-up and kind of gain their footing here for the first day.
That's right. Get those fingers moving. Get the blood pumping on mobile. You see our 8 streamers here on stage. We got Fulu Punch, Honduras, Keytank 18, Shobosuke, Hala Sheriff, Xeon, Julio, and Desha Torn Lex. That's who we're seeing here on stage. They will be participating with all of our teams again on Sandhawk. Yep. These guys are going to be in for some aggressive, fast-paced action. Will they be eliminated in the first 8 seconds?
Boy.
Or will they be able to progress a little bit deeper into the game?
It pretty much comes down where they're going to go ahead and drop, right? Because if they drop on boot camp, if you don't get a gun right away,
within 2 seconds.
Yeah, just pretty much try to hide in a corner and and wait for somebody to kill you, because you have to find a gun really, really fast in those kind of hot areas. Or maybe they can just go ahead and try to land in cave, which cave is still interesting, PB. Tell me about it.
Cave's a giant hole in the ground. You've got to be really precise with that landing. You can kind of hide down below. You jump in anytime from up top, land a nice pool of water safely.
Sure,
some decent gear in there, but high risk.
Yeah, definitely. And I think sometimes I've seen cave finishes where one team's on the top and the other teams are inside. That doesn't end well. That's a bit weird, to say the least.
Yeah, just when are you going to jump, guys? When are you going to jump? You're just waiting. Easy pickings.
Who's going to try to jump in the water, pretty much? And as we can see right there, Sandhawk just coming out on June 22nd, 2018. And it's, as we were mentioning, it is one of the smallest maps in the game. 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers, and the action is just pretty much phenomenal. So make sure you are ready to see a lot of action packed.
Indeed, one of the most popular drop spots on the map is boot camp. Large-scale military boot camp directly in the center of the map. This place is hot. If you want some action, boot camp is the place to go. If you're an aggressive player, this is definitely one of the top spots, and the one thing that's great about Sandhawk is there's more loot.
And important to mention, some of that loot is very different to what we see on things like Erangel and Miramar, right?
It definitely is, because we have the QBC and the QBU now in the game, and that's only exclusive for Sandhawk. So I want to go ahead and see some of these players that they are just pretty much, they know that they're going to be playing Erangel, which those guns are not there. Are they going to go ahead and try to use those, or are they just going to try to go ahead and use guns that they're going to see in Erangel, like the M4 or the AKM?
I think most of these guys are pretty comfortable handling their weapons. You got Paradise Resort, Campon wrapping up some of the most popular spots on the map, and one of my favorites to drop, Ruins. A very, very fun, layered palace here where you can find some great loot, but there's always a squad ready to drop on top of you.
Definitely. I think one of the scariest things from people going into Sandhawk as well is kind of foliage coverage, right? Trying to find a spot and not necessarily engaging in kind of sniper wars, which can be a bit difficult because of the way the terrain's structured, right?
Indeed, lots of rocks, lots of trees, lots of grass to hide in, and it can be a little bit hard to see depending on the weather.
All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time to get into game number 1. It's our exhibition match for day 1 here at the PMSC Global Finals 2018. I am going to hand it over to Powerbang and Seven Walls Gaming for all the commentary for game number 1.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Sandhawk, the exhibition match. Who is gonna go ahead and win it? Let me know, you watching at home right now, comment below, because you might just get a shout out.
Indeed, we've got the Star Challenge Global Finals exhibition match, game number 1. And look at this. What do we do at the beginning of each game?
Oh my gosh.
You gotta drop out of that plane.
That plane, though. That plane, it actually made me look back the first time I saw it on the screen.
Oh, it's right there behind us, over our head. And what do we got dropping out? That is the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Sponsoring the tournament. Thank you guys for that exhibition match. We are ready to rock. So we've got Galaxy Doo-Doo on the plane. We're going to be watching, looks like Evo SX here as we get ready to drop in over Sandhawk. 88 total players alive at this point in the map.
Yeah, and this is just for the exhibition match. After this, it is going to go ahead and be only 80 players per match. And look at that plane path right there. We're talking about boot camp. It pretty much went straight down boot camp.
Indeed, you got a lot of players that seem to have scattered away from the central part of that plane path, seemingly playing it a little cautiously. They want to live a little longer and have fun with this exhibition match. We do have some folks going to boot camp in the middle, though. And what is this? We got teddy bears?
The teddy bear, that is right. That is interesting, actually. And the weather is actually interesting on this match, because from what I'm being able to see here, it's more than likely going to be raining. Something to go ahead and keep an eye out, because sound just plays such a huge part
Wild
of this
card
game.
on the board already,
Hot
wiping out Torty. Looks like Hot Jukes and also Lucifer getting a couple kills and knocks right off the bat.
And right here, we just pretty much see Kawhi just waiting patiently, and look at that. Wildcard just pretty much trying to get their skills off the bat, trying to warm up, trying to make sure they are ready for the games that are going to go ahead and matter. Once again, this is just an exhibition. So it's pretty much going to be Bunny versus Bears. Okay. Ooh. Look at them. They're just waiting patiently. And it is TPP, which means third person perspective. So you're going to go ahead and more than likely see people do that a lot. Just wait patiently. And oh my goodness. Oh! Look at that, Hot Jukes just coming in and saying no, and Hot Jukes actually gets taken out right there by Torture. Oh my goodness.
Look at this, Torty is absolutely bringing it to Wildcard. They're trying to stay alive right now. Lucifer holding down the fort. Looks like they're a little bit short on weapons right now, trying to just maintain while they get picked up by their team. It looks like Seagut, one of the best close-range players out there, has been knocked, and he is out of the game at this point for Wildcard. Switching over to Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. They are also sitting here in boot camp trying to use the trenches to their advantage, and then they're going to be looting up, hopefully for an engagement here shortly.
And Hot Jukes was able to get picked up, and now he just pretty much needs to go ahead and just find help as soon as he can. And look at this engagement here between Cloud9. They're trying to figure out where this team is at. They're waiting patiently. They already got the QBC, which we were actually mentioning here, and this man has at least a level 1 helmet.
Indeed. Sam from Cloud9 looting up. These guys running around trying to get position here on GG Gamers from the Middle East.
And Sam just waiting patiently for somebody to peek. He has that M4 ready. He also has some bandages in case he takes some damage. Look at that. He knows exactly where he's at now. Will they go ahead and push, or will they go ahead and just wait it out a little bit? Because usually we really don't see that much engagement right off the bat, unless this happens right here. Two teams land on the exact same spot, and they're just trying to take them out as soon as possible.
Kind of a little bit of a feel-out process here in this exhibition map. You got Cloud9, Rolex, and Carnage starting to push compounds here. And look at this, Kuwait getting off a shot on Carnage. Gets a severe chunk of damage on him. Carnage is going to try to patch himself up, but now both teams definitely aware of each other's presence, and they've narrowed down where they're hiding.
And look at that, somebody, ooh, Sam, there you go. Sam pretty much was just waiting for somebody to peek just so he can go ahead and fire that M4. And now he pretty much knows that they're just waiting it out. What's interesting, actually, is that Cloud9 does have somebody right next to them on the buildings to the right-hand side of your screen. So something to keep an eye out on that. And as they're gonna go ahead and try to engage now, it might be Rolex there trying to go ahead and shoot him. They're just trying to they're pretty much trying to see what everybody's trying to do. This is a feel out. Oh, here comes, he's actually gonna go ahead and stun them. Is he gonna jump out as soon as the stun goes off? He's waiting.
He's waiting.